Howdy, howdy, howdy. My name is Bruce Brown, and I'm the president of Tabletop Alliance, and I am joined by.
My name is Josh Isringhausen, and I am the vice president of Tabletop Alliance.
And we are here because we are so happy to be involved with this great nonprofit that was started just about a year and a half ago. But in all semantics, that's semantics. Really, this has been the first year of operation, and there's been some incredible things that we've been able to do through the nonprofit. And today, for the next 4 hours, we're going to be streaming, playing games online, talking about the nonprofit, sharing some really great success stories. We've also got an educator who's going to join us in a half an hour from Iowa, who we support, and many more cool things that I'm going to share in a moment. But if you are not familiar with Tabletop Alliance, we're a 501c3 nonprofit registered in Texas. And with that, what we do is we use the power of games to further education and community programs. We do that by providing developmental sessions. We've been doing online webinars and posting scholarly articles, so peer-reviewed journal articles on the impact of games, as well as providing equipment games to actual educators. Let me grab. So like this, and just sending this game kit to a school or community program. And so if you are an educator who would like to use games to in your classroom setting, your after school program, or your community program, let's say Big Brother, Big Sisters, or other such programs, and you want to use games to really increase those outcomes because that's a shown thing, reach out to us. Tabletopalliance.org. You can email me at bruce@tabletopalliance.org, and you can email Josh at Tabletop Alliance. But we'd love to equip you with these things. And it's really been great this past year of literally spreading from coast to coast. And so, Josh, before I go into a little bit more of an impact statement, kind of giving a summary, why don't you give a quick rundown of what we're going to be doing here for the next couple hours?
Yeah, so for the next couple hours, we're going to be going over and playing a few games, kind of sharing a little bit of entertainment while we talk a little bit more about what we've been able to do over the last year. We're really proud of what we've built so far, and really looking forward to continuing to build into the future. We're going to have a guest potentially joining us a little bit later on, who is going to be able to talk a little bit more about it from a personal perspective about the impact that Tabletop Alliance has had for them as an educator. And then hopefully we're going to play a few games with the audience. We have the Jackbox Party games that we're going to be trying to set up and share with everybody, to a couple games, so that people who are sitting around at home are able to join in and participate, talk to, at least engage with us in some capacity. We will have our audience chat pulled up next to us. So if folks have any questions or comments that they want to jump in with, we will make sure to keep an eye on those as well. But yeah, really today is about kind of raising awareness of the organization, what we are doing, what we're hoping to do into the future, and hopefully getting some folks who are willing to, in this season of giving, be able to support us so that we can continue to do this work that we feel is really, really important. So.
Yeah, Josh, I think you said that great. And so this is really, like Josh said, to celebrate what's been going on and really informing you live. So please, if you are here, make sure to drop your questions in the chat, whether you're watching this on Facebook, on YouTube, or even on the donation platform, which is linked on this post. So make sure to scroll down and you can click and watch there, as well as watch all the support come in. But that being said, we're also going to be want to play games with you. It's not just Josh and I going to be hanging out here. So today at 3 and 4 o'clock Central Time, Josh has organized 2 different games using Jackbox, which you don't have to hop on the stream, anything like that. You're just going to be playing from your phone, and Josh will go over all that when we come time for that. But we're also going to be playing games on Board Game Arena, which we're not sponsored by Board Game Arena. It's just a really great online platform to play games virtually from a distance, because I'm in Texas and Josh, you're in Colorado.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, go ahead.
Makes life very easy when we have these wonderful platforms to use at our disposal.
Yeah, and so the one of the cool things you can do is encouraging anybody to text "Give Gaming" to 44321. That's really where a lot of the direction for today is going. So if you can encourage people to go there, that'd be so wonderful. And we have some really cool announcements. I've got all sorts of little goodies around me for fun things. Like I've got a trophy. I've got a bag of coffee. I've got game supplies. I've got a board game next to me, and I got a bundle of games and more, because there's cool things that we're going to announce on the stream that have been in the works for the last couple months, and working with different individuals. But that's enough of going back. So I'm gonna minimize you, Josh. No offense, but you're still here in spirit. But please, if you are on, make sure to hop on and make a comment, because we'd love to answer those questions and chat with you and celebrate you in the comments and live. And so maybe that's just you sharing about your favorite game memory, or a game that you love, or maybe a game that you're even looking forward to this holiday season. And so with that, let's reflect back, and then Josh and I are going to play a quicker game on Board Game Arena. So we're just going to go over kind of a nonprofit impact summary. And so again, we're here to develop and equip educators and community leaders to use games to further their outcomes. May that be in the classroom setting, right? And using a game for a very specific purpose, or an after school program, or in the classroom to foster social emotional learning, such as the relationships with one another. That's actually been a big thing that we've been hearing from the educators and community leaders that we've been able to connect with over the last year. In that, honestly, the pandemic and having everybody separate, many of these individuals in these schools, right, they haven't been in physical close proximity with each other for 2 years for some of them. And everyone has kind of had to relearn, how do we be in a space together? And board games and role playing games, those are the two main mediums that we send to them, have really been a really great conduit to have conversations across difference and foster understanding, where it's not as much of you at fault as a player for not doing something right. Rather, it's the game fostering a thing. A game kind of gives the conduit for conversations that are really hard to just have otherwise. But that's enough of the quick thing. I'm going to share some more examples as we go on. But let's really go through. So, mentioned before, we've been around for a year and a half. And so we were founded in August of 2020. Honestly, came out of a increased capacity of being able to get some creative work done by being able to be here in home office. And Josh, same with you and others that we have around the country. And so we were able to go through just that big hurdle of just submitting all the things to the IRS, which is a lot, but it's for a good reason. That's a lot. So honestly, when you submit that stuff to the IRS, it takes a couple months to process. And so near the tail end of 2020, I had this amazing phone call with this rep at the IRS saying, "Congratulations, you are a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization. And so all donations are tax deductible, all the fun things. And if you, or same thing with in-kind donations. So we do and have accepted games from publishers, designers, otherwise, and be able to give them a tax receipt for that, or a friendly local person down the street who has dropped off games as well." But in all actuality, we've really existed for the last year, just in full transparency, because of that process of submitting and then finally going. So although it says year and a half, it's really been this last year. And I think that's important for the next things I'm about to share. So it's really just been a year for this next number. And that is through our work, in working with educators and community leaders across the US, we've served more than 1,400 students in less than a year, which, like, I'm speechless. Josh?
Yeah, no, I think it's been a huge kind of eye-opening experience, being able to sit back and look at what we've been able to do this year, and the number of individuals that we've been able to impact in some way, shape, or form has
Yeah,
been just a remarkable experience to be able to look at. I mean, 1,400 is a number that I had not even imagined when we
right?
started this, started talking about this a year and a half ago. So yeah, it's fantastic. I really want to give a huge shout out to our guild leaders, folks who have taken it upon themselves to
Yes.
organize these groups and to work with us on developing their skills in introducing gaming in educational settings. So
Yeah. And here's the crazy part, Josh, and that is that this number is low. It's not actually reflective of what we've been able to do. And I say that um, because that is just the guilds we've worked with in the last year that are registered with us. So if you are an educator using games or a community leader, you can register that on our website, tabletopalliance.org, and then click get involved, register a guild. Um, the same thing goes for guilds of who want to use games. And so an individual we're going to have on in less than a half an hour at 1:30 is an individual who we've sent games to who wanted to start up a game club at his school in Iowa. And I'm going to have him tell you about that. And we got all sorts of great things to tell you about that. But that's not all we've done. We've also had webinars, and we have also done consulting for different entities, completely pro bono. By the way, this is completely volunteer run. Like, we don't have any profit with this. We're not employees, or it's all volunteer. In case you were curious about that. But with this, we've worked with Austin Community College with a professor teaches climate change, and it's a year-long course for these high school students. And the fall they were learning all these principles of climate change, and then she wanted to advance their skill set. And what she thought of, like, hey, I think games would be a great way of them having to apply this knowledge, but more importantly use it to teach kindergartners and elementary school students on the principles they learned in the previous semester. And so I worked with her over a semester to with using Jeff Engelstein's Super Skill Pinball 4K as an example of how can you retheme this cycle to represent the climate cycle. And that got her students thinking of, oh, I can retheme, I can make a game. So the students created a game or puzzle or other experience to cultivate learning on climate change for elementary school students. And then we've also done sessions at different school districts where I've gone in or others have gone in and done lessons where we actually utilize a game in that session to foster conversation around communication and unpack things that that organization was struggling with. So this number is not actually indicative of the scale. Rather, it's the lowest number, but it's the hardest number that we could present because it's just our guilds, and our guilds we're so thankful for them and their support. So yeah, in the past year, we have supported more than 1,400 students across the U.S. in this first year of operation. And if you think that's cool, I encourage you to go over to your phone and text "Give Gaming" to 44321. Give Gaming to 44321 to make this continue to happen. That said, I said how we provide games like this one right here, this game kit that we've sent out to schools across the US. And if you want this and you're an educator or community leader, go on to our website, fill out the form, and I can send this out to you this week. So there's an application process. Because we want to be able to have information about the school district and things we're sending it to. But I'm very proud to say that 100% of the applications we've received have been fulfilled. And so every educator and community leader who has said, hey, I would love to have games or RPG equipment, may that be books and dice and things like that, we've been able to fulfill 100% of those requests over this past year. Josh, what do you think about that?
it's been fantastic, Bruce. We've been able to connect with folks all over the country. That is something that I did not envision. Right. I think being able to, and I'm really looking forward to hearing from those folks about the impact that this experience has had on them. I think that's really where my excitement about the future lies, is now that we have a few of these guilds out there and are able to begin to develop feedback and
Yeah.
what those individuals who are already doing this work need from a community, right? Because that's, I think, part of what this is all about, is developing a community of educators who are interested in using games through education. And
Agreed.
so when we're able to step in and recognize that they're not every community leader and not every educator who is interested in using games in education are going to be able to afford to provide those
Right.
games. And when we can step in and provide the resources for them to not only have access to a gaming library, but also access to that community, I think is just marvelous.
I agree. And it's a really great thing to support. And as a child of two educators who are K-12, I know that lived feeling of my mom buying books for her classroom every year, or different things, right? So when we talk about scale and scope, I wasn't kidding when we have these guilds and they're literally coast to coast. So these are the locations where guilds are, that we have across the U.S. of educators and community leaders who are saying, "Hey, we are doing this thing, and we want to be recognized as a guild leader." And then we add them to our newsletter and different things, and provide them support or text with them, and like, "Hey, encountering this thing, what would you recommend for this?" It's been a really great thing to do. So literally coast to coast, which is also fun. A couple other things. You might be wondering, okay, well, if you're a nonprofit, I want to make sure that the money goes to a good place. And so, with that, there's an organization called Candid, and they have a program called GuideStar. That program is utilized by Amazon and others to vet nonprofits for the past 2 years. So, last year when we were still in our forming stages, and this past year, we've been recognized by GuideStar at their highest levels, for our transparency in how we utilize the funds. And I'm very proud to say that 80%, so 80 cents on every dollar, has gone to directly supporting and providing equipment and resources to the educators across the US to use this. Now, obviously, we're an organization, and so we have the other 20%, and that's really gone towards those online platforms and making sure that we're able to do that developmental content and have those things available. So it's incredible to share this number. And I say that because I'm finishing a PhD in human resource development, focusing in on nonprofit management. And with that, an actual benchmark that nonprofits strive to achieve, by the way, maybe 70%. So the fact that we're superseding that, and 80% of every dollar donated is directly going to education from this past year, it's been so wonderful to say. I'm very humbled to be able to share that, because it's been really cool. A couple other things. Now, I talked about educational programs and others. So we've had our different content we put out on YouTube and otherwise, and we've had more than 18 hours of watch time consumed this year alone, which is so incredible. Some other things, if you believe in this, we're going to be sharing so many more cool things, but you can join the Alliance by supporting monthly, or a one-time donation if that's more your flavor. But for honestly less than a Netflix subscription, you can make sure that we're able to keep doing this, which is going to be so great. And so with that, let me check the time. We have time for like one quick game, and then we're going to be able to hop on with our educator. Sound good, Josh?
That sounds great, Bruce.
Yeah. So we're going to be playing games over on Board Game Arena. And so let me pull that up. So if you're not familiar with Board Game Arena, it's a really great platform for playing games online. And after this, we're going to be playing a bigger game with actually one of our educators who actually just hopped on. But we're doing this because we're going to start that part at 1:30. So Josh, what would you say to a Seven Wonders Duel?
I think that sounds great, Bruce.
Okay. I got to go to play now. Cool. And you are
Honey.
There you are. There you are.
There it
Wonders
is.
Duel. And so we're not going to go into the rules of the game, but if you're not familiar with Seven Wonders Duel, essentially it's head-to-head, myself versus Josh. This is a distilled version of Seven Wonders that honestly I like a little bit more than the regular. But essentially, you're trying to build wonders, like the wonders of the world. I get to choose first. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go with that one. Building wonders around, and we're only going to be able to build 7. We're going to select 8. And then with that, we can either win by advancing military all the way, or by controlling science, or by just having the most points at the end. So if either of those first two happen, that could stop the game. But besides that, it's going to be good choices here.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm gonna go with that one.
I think no, my choice first.
Oh,
This
yeah,
time around.
darn.
Man, there are good choices here, Bruce.
Yeah. But again, if you want to play games with us live, you can hop on at 3 and 4, and we're going to be playing some Jackbox party games. So that's going to be Whiplash 2 and then Trivia Murder Party, which is fun. Which wonder are you going to choose?
I'm gonna do big
Okay, you
money.
did not take the one I was going to take. Good.
Hell, you took the other one I was gonna take. So
And I'm going to take this one.
great.
Yeah. So what's cool about this is we only get to pick one card, and it's one of the face-up ones. Let me just look real fast. Ooh, there's a lot of good choices.
Yeah.
I need that one's fine. That one, I'm actually gonna go with this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want.
Let's see about increasing the screen. There we go. I'm gonna go with this one. Do I have that money? I do have that money.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, Bruce. See how it is. I will go with this one.
Gonna go with this. Thanks for doing that for me.
You're welcome. Ooh, I don't like any of this. Guess I could go military. That's always an option.
It is always an option. Ooh, and what's gonna flip? Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, options. I got it. I don't have that. I can do this. Get my infrastructure going.
Bruce, that's the one thing I didn't want you to do. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we'll just do. Oh, I don't have money for these things. Hmm. 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 What do I not want you to get? Well,
All sorts of
that's
options. Yeah, I'm gonna
not ideal for me.
I want money. Thanks for the money.
Yeah, that was a bad choice. Mistakes were made. Well, let's just keep up on the military.
Uh-oh. So what's cool about this, I like that it shows you how much it costs the other person.
Yeah, I think that's interesting too.
Now, if I remember correctly, this is cost for you and then okay.
Yeah, your opponent is the top.
The opponent's the top one.
Yep.
Do I want you to have that? I don't want you to have that.
Oh.
So what's nice is it's just a quick 3-round game.
Oh, okay. I'm not giving you the choice.
Yeah, no, I don't have the money for that. So I'm gonna discard for 4 coins because every yellow that I've picked up gives me more monies. That's something I didn't realize till like 5 plays into this game. I was
Oh,
getting these
really?
rounds.
Okay. Let's do let's knock down some of your money
Oh,
there,
no.
Bruce.
That's not good. That's not good at all.
There we go.
Well, this is gonna help me, so thank you for that.
Yeah. It's a good thing to have.
Yes, it is. Thank you for that.
Man, you just have all of the building materials, don't
Yeah, I'm gonna
you?
make it real expensive for you to do anything.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, because
I
all of the
guess
symbols that I have of a thing cost you an extra $1. Yeah, you're just going money. Darn it, I need. Yeah, I'll do this.
well,
I think I get to choose who goes first because
I
I'm
believe that
worse
is
on the military track. Like you're about to take me over.
yep.
Oh, okay. I want to go first. Yeah, I want to go first
Okay.
because I'm gonna do this.
Take some.
I want to take this away from you, and I'm going to construct a wonder because I can do that already. Which then gives me another turn.
Oh,
And do I want to do
nasty.
that? Yeah, that was nasty. And then I can take this one. Am I okay with you getting that? No, I'm not. So I'm gonna take this one. Oh, if I do that, oh, this is gonna be fun. This is mean. This is mean, Josh. I'm
Just
about to be
just
real
being
mean to
mean.
you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna take this one.
Yeah, that was mean.
Yeah, that was rough.
Well, we're gonna just get some coins.
And I will take this.
Well, I did need that badly, so thank you for that at least.
Okay, so you're gonna get that. Okay. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna march this military track back a little bit.
Yeah, seems like a good idea. Ooh. Let's get that out of here.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah. March the military back a little bit more.
Okay. Let's see. I'll take that.
Ooh. Let's go with keep marching it back.
Yeah. Um I'll take the money.
Okay. I'm going to take the money as well.
Yeah.
Just popping this
Could
up
use some
on the
stuff.
screen. It looks like Mike is with us from Games Played Badly. Hey, Mike. It was really great getting to interview with you the other day. And thanks so much for doing that. Mike has a really cool YouTube channel and podcast called Games Played Badly, where he's done some painting, but also has been interviewing different publishers, designers. He's doing some really cool stuff. So definitely go check that out over on YouTube. Ooh, I guess I have to take this. But we're just going to do this. No, I don't want. Oh, wrong button. Well, there's some extra papers.
Well, okay. Let's see. Let's construct a wonder.
Ooh.
Let's construct a few wonders, actually.
Oh no. Oh, you got the multi-turn too?
Yep. Let's do.
Ooh,
I don't like where that military's at for you right now.
You think I liked it all the way almost to the end of my track, Josh?
Yeah, we'll have to
Oh no.
balance that a
Oh,
little
no.
bit.
Okay, so we're gonna. I have to take this.
Yeah,
Suckers for the science.
makes
What
sense.
do I want? 7 points. Progress token. No. No. $6 and 4 points. I kind of want the money. Yeah, I don't have any money, so I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you need it.
I do. So you going for the one that's free or the one that's $4, Josh?
Well, I'll just construct a wonder and still take the
Oh
one that's
no. Okay, and here we are in the third age and final age, and so we're gonna do that same little thing again. These cards tend to be super overpowered.
Yeah,
And who gets to go first, Josh? You get to choose.
I think I want you to go first, Bruce.
You do. Well, I'm gonna. Is this really free to me?
Oh,
Yeah.
yep, it is.
Okay.
Should have paid more
Construct.
attention to that.
I didn't notice either until I was looking.
Yep. Well,
Ooh.
I suppose I'll go ahead and construct that.
Okay, I am going to go ahead. What is this one? 1 coin for each blue card. Yeah, I'll do that.
Brucey.
You've
Couldn't leave
constructed
that
a
with
lot.
me.
Thank you for your patronage, sir.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna discard the coins.
Okay. And I am going.
Alright.
Oh, I thought I was going to do a thing.
Yeah.
I'm
Would
going to
you
do
look
this.
at that?
Do I want you to spend all of your money? Hold on, let me look at this. Darn it! I got to do it. I got to pay for it.
Oh, okay.
That escalated quickly.
That did very quickly. You know what? Let's do this. And then
What'd you do? Oh, discard it.
I constructed
Oh, yes, you did.
Wondered it.
6 wonders have been built.
Yeah. And I think I might just do this.
Oh no, you built it before I could.
Yep.
Yep, that's gone. I can't build my last wonder.
I will get.
You get oh yeah, you get to take any card from the discard, right?
Yep. And I
Wow.
think that's 3 points. 3 points seems worth it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we're gonna do this.
Man.
The thing is, I know there's one more military card, Josh.
Yep.
Make
Okay.
that.
That's
Nope.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. We'll take that.
Oof, I don't know how this is gonna go, Josh.
This is gonna come down to it for
Yeah, it
sure.
is. I can't. Oof, oof. I have to do this because I don't have that money.
Mm.
Is that 6 points and money? Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh no. Oh no. That gives you points for each wonder you've constructed.
Yep.
Oh no. Okay, and here goes the marching. I've got to discard it.
Hmm.
And you have so much money.
I do. Yeah, I think
What's that guild?
that's a good one for you.
It is.
Now.
You want the world or do you want writing? You want to spend
Uh,
$2 or $8 or no dollars and get
or
dollars.
no dollars.
I should
Probably
have used this.
no dollars would have made more sense,
Okay,
but
so do I want the one that cost me $2 or this one? I'm actually gonna will go with the one that cost me money.
yeah, I know you are.
Because I had just forced your hand.
Yep. That makes
It's not enough.
um
It'll take $5 from you.
I'll just take the money actually.
I'm gonna do this.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever had the military that far.
No, that's definitely the farthest that I've ever seen it. But 10 points, that's huge. A huge swing for
And
you.
you were leading going into this.
Oh.
Oh god.
That
Oh,
was
I just
a very
wow.
good game.
That was a very good game. Man, a point. Dang. And oh, that was good. Good game, Josh.
Yeah, good game.
Dang. Let's return to main site. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna minimize this. My computer's like, I think you have enough going on.
Too many things happening.
Yeah. So, Josh, I know we're a little over on this. Give me 1 second to invite somebody. Search. Here it is. Okay. So, I know we're a little over on when we said we were going to do this, but hey, we had to finish that game, and that was epic. So
Yeah.
worth it. And again, if you're just joining us, we're playing games online and doing this cool stream for this nonprofit Tabletop Alliance, in which we've been able to equip educators and community leaders with games as well as developmental sessions on how to utilize games or to learn more about that and support them, cheerlead them, and consult with them. But they're really the heroes in this. We just get to be the people in the middle, and I'm actually going to bring on somebody who is pretty cool. So I'm going to bring him on. Howdy, Corey.
How's it going, Bruce?
Good. Let me move things around a little bit. Ooh, I like your background a lot.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
I definitely spent some time to pick it up before this. So,
And so Corey, I glad to actually finally like see your face on a thing. This is cool. Um, I cannot wait. I've been so thankful with you texting of like, hey, I can hop on. Would you mind giving a brief introduction of who you are and what your background is? And then I'm going to share a little bit about our connection.
sure. So my name is Corey Sotek. I am a third grade teacher in rural Iowa out in Oakland. Our district has like less than 1,000 students to kind of give you a vibe of what I'm working with. This last year was my first year teaching, and I decided to create a game club during one of the worst years to try to make it happen, but I made it happen. So it's been an absolute blast. Last year we had, I believe it was 76 kids sign up, and our average attendance was like 80%. And then this year we're up to like 96, and I think we're roughly at like an 80, 85% somewhere in their attendance rate for that.
Okay.
So
wow, that's incredible. So not only were you having 20% go, you now like increased by 20%. That's incredible. So what's a game day or gaming after school thing look like?
Well, so it depends on the night. So we do it 2 nights, me and the bunch of volunteers that I have. So we do it Tuesdays and Thursdays. Our Tuesday nights is the night that we have a lot of our general board games. That's when like anywhere between 50 to 65 kids come that one night into their commons. I pull out a bunch of old computer cards that I stripped out all the middle pieces, and I made them so we could put our games and stuff in there. And we have them like just sign up or sign in. I have them sanitize their hands because, have to follow some little bit of restriction stuff still. And then they just all go grab their favorite games and they sit down. They find a group to play with if they don't know what to play, or they have their dedicated friends that they always play the same game with. And that's kind of the Tuesday night. And I'm there to either like teach or kind of just play a game with if there's some friends that don't have anybody to play with for the night. And then like Thursday is the night where we have anywhere between 10 to 20 kids playing D&D. And there is only 2 people that are DMing. So it's crazy to have
wow
6 to 9 kids playing D&D. Yeah, it's nuts. But being able to watch them like figure stuff out is absolutely fantastic on those nights.
I assume it's just like the most epic, like I'm gonna slay the thing.
Oh, it is fun. And like, of course, the first night I was explaining the rules, they were getting into it, and I had 3 kids instantly start whispering. I'm like, okay, all right, let's get going. They're like, we want to backstab the party. I'm like, all right, so this is how this is gonna go. All right. So yeah, it's fun seeing what they it's a blast seeing what they're doing with it.
Oh, that's so good. I think there's an important question there. Did it work?
No, they ended up starting. They ended up starting a little bit of the forest stuff. So okay, so to give you context, I ended up getting the starter pack for D&D. So we're playing through Minds of Fandover. It was literally they were. If you have you played that one, that campaign?
Oh
yet?
yeah. Okay, I've led it for a couple people. Josh, have you?
Yeah, I played. I led it for a while. I didn't get all the way through it, but
so
I didn't get all the way through it either.
It was literally. I told them what happened. I said, "Okay, you're by the wagon, and you're going down the trail," and that's what happened.
First thing.
It was literally within the first like 10 minutes of them playing. They're like, "We want to backstab. We want to set the forest on fire." I'm like, "Okay, let's see how that goes."
Hold on. Not only did they want to backstab, they're like, "We're going to backstab by burning everything."
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's an elementary school. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Some kids just want to watch the world burn. Batman.
Some of them do, but it was really fun. So I ended up when I split the groups up, I kind of gave all those hard-headed kids that were trying to do the backstabbing in one group, and I gave it to my coworker who was like, I'll teach him how to do this. And then since there's the 4 goblins right away, he's like, the arrow hits you and you're knocked down, and they're like, oh, they're like, hey, you tried backstabbing. Are you guys gonna let him sit there? And it was just like the whole process and watching them think everything through and figure it out. It's just a blast to watch them.
Oh, it's so good.
That.
That's so good. So, you're teaching in elementary. I know you said in what you sent me of like the schools are kind of getting combined over the next couple years, right?
Yeah, hopefully within the next 4 to 6 years is we're hoping to get all 3 buildings kind of put into one campus.
Okay.
Yep.
Very cool. And so, out of curiosity, and I think we can all make this assumption by the things we see in the background and things, and that is, I assume you've been a gamer before this.
Very much so. Yeah, a lot of video games, a lot of board games. Like I can give you a little bit more of a sneak peek to have more
Oh yeah,
stuff in
I can
right
make
in
your
the
screen a little
corner.
bigger. Let me do that.
So
There you go.
like definitely
Yeah.
have like a little bit of stuff tucked around, and so I have a ton. Like I love it, and I'm lucky that my wife lets me have my one little room that's no more than like 10 by 4 feet, and I'll take it. you know, but yeah, I'm a very avid gamer of either board games, card games, or even online stuff because it just makes such a difference being able to just the social aspect of it alone.
We just had somebody comment. Jamie commented that I have a fifth grade son that loves Mr. Swotek and the D&D group. Thanks for all that you do. Thanks for hopping on, Jamie. And Corey, I think you're doing an amazing job, and it's obvious in terms of the enrollment and everything that's going on. I'm curious, what inspired you?
It was so it stemmed back to when I was growing up that originally I played board games every weekend with my parents. It was something that me, my little brother, my mom, and my dad would do. We would sit down every Saturday for a couple hours and would play. And it, like for me, it taught us a lot of things. You know, losing is okay, winning is okay, as long as you do it respectful, everything like that. You know, and so I ended up going to school and stuff, and I got my job last year, and I was talking to my secretary, who is Mr. Jeff, who is the guy that's helping me out with everything. And one day I was in the office, like, man, I wish I could play board games in school with a bunch of friends. He goes, yeah, that would have been cool. And I was like, you know what? Why don't we do that? I have the power to make that happen now. Let's attempt it. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
And it was literally just as a quick comment as that. And here we are a year and a half later.
Yeah, and I'm so thankful that you reached out and all the things that you were doing. And so, what if people are curious? What we were able to do is we have relationships with different publishers and distributors, and so I was able to send a RPG kit. So we're talking about that Thursday game club. Send a monster manual, player's handbook, dungeon master guide, and several sets of dice to Corey to utilize for that. Just something we can do just to further what you're already doing, because you're already doing so much. It's what can we do to help you and further that?
You know, at the moment, put me on the spot. I'll have to get back to you. I mean, we literally use the stuff that you give every Thursday. But I try to reach out to a lot of different people for a lot of help, you know. So like for instance, I talked about my Tuesday kids, how they have their favorite games. I have this game that's called Taco Cat Go Cheese Pizza. Now, have you played it?
I have not played it. I know about it though.
It is so addicting and so brutally fun. And I have to say brutally because people get so vicious with it. And it's such a blast watching them that I don't know how they can read the cards anymore. They've been beat up and used so much in their. It's just like the card's not even there anymore, but they still grab it and they play. Like just even like a $10 game every once in a while would be amazing like that. So for me, I reached out to like Dolphin Hat Games, the creator of that, since they kickstarted it like a year and a half ago, and I think they're sending us stuff like that.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
So
yeah, and so we can talk offline on different things we can try and do. Would love to do that. So how about we play a game a little bit? Does that sound good to you?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I am going to share that. And is this you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm going to invite you on Board Game Arena. So you're going to hear a knock on your screen, and a blue bar should appear at the top.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And so we're going to play a quick game of Beyond the Sun. I say quick. It's a longer game, quote unquote, but being on Board Game Arena, it automates everything. Now, Corey, I know you have not played Beyond the Sun, and that's completely okay because literally on your turn, you do one thing. Yeah. Now, what's interesting about it is that it's going to evolve as we go. Waiting on.
Sorry.
There we go. It's going to evolve as we go in that your action choices are going to be rather limited at the beginning, but then through your choices, you're going to get more and more opportunities, essentially. And so I'm going to walk through kind of what you see going on in your screen. Your screen might look a little different than mine, and just know that you can zoom in or you can highlight over anything. But essentially, you see this like kind of middle strip where it's got these like weird half boxes.
Yes.
To the left of the tech tree. Yeah.
Yep.
So there's an area called basic spacefaring. And so that is essentially where you're going to live until you get other things. On your turn, you see these little hexagons?
Yes.
The gray spots. And then you see the cards and how some of those have hexagons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on your turn, you're going to place your piece. You have a hexagon piece if you're playing in the real thing in person, and you're going to place it on one of these hexagons. Your next turn, you can't place it on the same hexagon. But if you notice, some places have more than one hexagon. So if there's an open one, you can move it to it. What you're trying to do, what we are all trying to do, is we are different companies or worlds or nations, and we're trying to colonize space. So I thought this would be a cool game because of, hey, let's advance technology. Let's talk about really looking at research that can go on for things, because that's essentially what you're going to be doing. The major part of this board where all these cards are, that's a tech tree. And it's a combined tech tree, meaning that we're all kind of researching things, but whoever researches one of these blue spaces first chooses what research that is. But once it's researched, we all know it exists. And so let me walk through these different actions. So that first action at the top of the basic spacefaring action. So if we highlight over, it has a little symbol of a person. And so if you look over on the right-hand side, you'll see your name, and you'll see that you have 3 ore and 2 people. And that other marker means you are the first player. So this basic spacefaring action, you click here that you want to do this action. And what's going to happen is one of the people in your supply is going to get moved to whichever one of these 4 researches that you want of these face-up cards. And that cube, it's a cube in the game, it'll get actually moved to that left strip next to the card, showing that you have researched the thing. So all of a sudden, you'll have a red cube. If you research this top one, there'll be a red cube in this top strip. Meaning that on a future turn, you can use those hexagons that are available on that card. Because again, all you're doing on your turn is you're moving your player piece. Whenever you research something, there might be immediate bonuses. And then there's ongoing ones, which are the hexagons. Now, if you scroll down, you're going to see your player board. And how this player board works is that you see the discs, the flowers, and the gears.
Yeah.
What you're going to be doing is through actions in the game and colonizing planets. We're going to talk about that in a second. You're going to be moving these discs off of these rows. At the end of your turn, after you select your action and fulfill that action, you are going to produce. You're either going to produce more people or you're going to produce more ore. And then there's a third thing if you want to do, and that's exchanging if you have too much ore or too many people. But essentially, most people just pick ore people. What's interesting is these columns represent where you can produce from for people. And so I have, and you have, a lot of cubes in this first column, the A column. And so what's going to happen is if you choose to produce people, it's going to pull a cube off of that first column. Now, if you get your third space revealed, and I'm highlighting on yours on the screen, it shows let me move it up a little bit, B in that circle, and that means that you would also produce from column B as well as anything available in column A. And so if you all of a sudden run out of things in column A and you haven't advanced your production ability, you're not going to be able to make people until you start moving the discs off of the plants.
Okay.
Yeah. And how you're going to do that, if we scroll back up, look at, here's a very simple example. The green card, so the card with the green arrow on the right, the third one down, it's called Advanced Genetics. And what that does is lets you automate one of those plants. That's an immediate thing. And automate means it's going to get moved to the top of your board, and it's forever researched. It's forever locked away, so you're going to be able to produce another one of those things. Another thing you can do, and if you go, by the way, the blue one lets you do one of the gears. These represent, by the way, economy is yellow, warfare is red, green is like population-based things, and then blue is more like researchy and science. And then we got this little board over on the left. And what's fascinating about this game in real life is that one side is that like production square, one side is a person, and the other four sides are ship, a level 1, 2, 3, or 4. And so your starting power, by the way, is you got to have 2 ships on Sol or Earth. And some of these actions will allow you to make more ships, which you can deploy on Earth or on any of these other 3 planets that say space system if you control that planet. And how you control a place is if you were to jump. So a lot of cards will say jump, let's say 2, which means you can move 1 ship twice across a line or 2 ships once.
Okay.
Yeah. And once, if you have control, meaning that you have the highest number, summed number. So if you were to just move one of these ships onto, let's say, this planet on the right, Bernard Star. It actually has a little symbol that says when you put your disc down, because you're in control of it, because you have the highest fleet power, even though it's just 1 at the time, then you immediately get to take a cube off of your board and turn it into a people. The great thing about Board Game Arena is going to automate all of that for you.
Sweet.
Yeah. And then what's really cool is you're going to be able to keep flying around. Every planet, so the cards and the actual planets, the non-cards in this like space area, at the end of the game is going to be worth a point.
Okay.
But what you really want to do with those is colonize them. So if you look at the bottom of each of these card planets, it has a number in a little like colony building thing, and like the one on the right says 3, and so if you highlight it, it says colonize 3, and that means you need 3 ship power minimum on that space at that time and take a colonize action, which there's 1 available right now, and there's going to be more revealed as the game goes on that yellow card, the yellow technology. So that's the second hexagon on that yellow card. It says 3 coal, get rid of a person, and then has the little like building symbol.
Okay. Yep.
You highlight it. Yep. So if I had 3 ships on here, if you had 3 power on here, you would take that card off the board if you took that action and get rid of a person. They'll go back to your supply. And this card would go to your personal little collection. And this one, this Bernard Star, would be worth 5 points at the end of the game.
All right.
And that card will get replaced with another card from those decks. And then you also get a little bonus. It lets you convert another supply into a person, gain 2 coal. So it's kind of a cool little thing of whenever you're colonizing these things, they've got different powers. And each of these cards has different things. What's cool, and it's important to notice, is you see how Bernard Star, the one on the right, has the one yellow, the one green circle for the plant production. But the one on the left has 2. See, it has the red disc and the yellow and the green disc.
Yep.
That means that on that one, you get to choose, do you want to take a disc when you're controlling it? Do you want to take a disc from your plant, or do you want to take a disc from your coal production? Which is sweet. But the Bernard Star, the one on the right, you only can take a disc off of the other one. When you colonize, you get to take an additional disc off of those tracks and put it on that card. So it's a really great way to get your discs off of your player board so that way you're going to be able to produce more. And if it's a planet that has both options, like the Wolf 359, you're going to get to choose, do you want it to be a coal production or a person production disc, because it offers both. So you do get to make that choice for that second disc. Doesn't have to be whatever the first one was. But essentially, let me run down the other main basic spacefaring actions. So that second line of the basic spacefaring is how you're going to be able to research level 2 technology. So all these 4 visible cards are the same 4 that start every game. The next level is all of the level 2s. Those are face down. And those are actually event cards. So whoever discovers that technology first actually gets to have an event play out. Events are usually always good. Sometimes they only benefit you. Sometimes they benefit everyone.
Okay.
That said, you have to research the thing before it to then research the level 2. So if we look at this top one, this yellow, there's a line going to the right and directly to this top level 2. So that means the only prerequisite is having researched that yellow technology. Where if you go down to the second level 2, it says that you need to have researched both that yellow and that red, because it's got a line coming from both. And then same thing goes for the level 3s, which some of them are single, like this green one goes straight to level 3. And this top one also goes straight from the level 2, but some of them require both, and they'll say both on the left-hand side there. And then for all 3 of the level 4s, there is no event, but you do have to research 2 of the technologies preceding it as prerequisites. That said, you might be wondering, what kind of technology? Is it just going to be random? No. What's interesting is you see how this yellow one has a straight arrow just straight into the level 2?
Yeah.
There's a deck of level 2 technologies, and it's going to be the first 2 technologies that have yellow as a feeder.
Okay.
If it is a yellow and a red, you're going to choose, or do you want to go red, or do you want to go yellow? And it'll be the first 2 that have that color on the left-hand side of that card. So there's a lot of variability of, just because it's coming from a yellow and a red, doesn't mean it's going to be both yellow and red. It could be just yellow, could be red, could be a card that's split on the left-hand side. And you'll see what I mean. It could be like yellow and blue. There's some interesting patterns based on whatever that technology is. But just has to, it'll have, and what's great about Board Game Arena, it's going to do all of that for you. It's just going to show you, just present you the 2 options, and you're going to select which one you want.
I really like this website.
It's so good.
It's very helpful, especially for learning new games, because it won't let you do the things that you can't do.
Yeah, I was at Board Game GeekCon 2 weeks ago, and they were having a rule dispute. And I said, well, Board Game Arena has the rule go this way. And they're like, oh, well, that's sacred. So you might be wondering, okay, well, what am I working towards? I know I mentioned a little bit. You're trying to get the most points. That's going to be the thing. So you're going to get points for each level of technology. So the level 1s are worth 1 point. The level 2s are worth 2 points. The level 3s are worth 3 points. The level 4s are variable because all of them are an end game scoring thing. So if you want to determine what the end game scoring things are, you probably want to try and get to the level 4 technologies. You also get points for all of the colonies that you have. You get points for having your discs down on this space area. Whoever has the most points between deep space and Sol. So let's say I also had some ships when you were colonizing that planet, but you colonized it. My ships get sent to deep space. So there's that. But more importantly, the game is going to end. You see these 4 cards?
Yep.
2 of them are in every game, and they're the ones that are have the orange background. So the game is going to end at a 4-player. Let me make sure I remember the exact number.
3 discs.
Is it 3?
I believe it's 3.
4 achievements.
2
4.
2 to 3. We're playing 3-player.
Oh, yeah. Okay, 3. Yeah, we're playing 3-player, not 4-player. Okay, in a 3-player game, 3 discs are going to be on these things. That does not mean 3 players. 3 discs.
Okay.
At the end of your turn, after you take production, it's going to let you put a disc down if you can. If you can do more than 1, you have to choose which one you want to claim that turn. You can't do both. And so some of these are a status thing. So you're going to get points if you have your disc on this first one, Transcendence. That is if you research your first level 4 technology. Empire is if you've colonized 4 systems. Technologist, only one of us can do this because it's a 3-player game. So that's why there's the 4 things on that second one. This is researching all 6 level 2 technologies. And this last one, Warlord, have 4 or more power in 3 locations. So that means having ships that total up to 4 on 3 different spaces in the spaceport. That's a lot of freaking ships. Ships can never be higher than 4 in power on that ship because, again, it's a 6-sided die. They're just using it in a very interesting way. So 4 is the highest a ship can be maximized. Anything else real quick? Yeah, so the third basic spacefaring action is an optional convert a person into a ship, and that would get placed where you want it to, either Sol or one of those 3 planets if you have control. And then it allows you to jump 2. And then the last one is an infinity space, meaning that there's a limited number of player pieces that can be here. And that is to just simply get a person from your supply and gain an ore. Usually you want to try not to do that. But it's going to be different as you go. Sometimes you just have to, and that's what happens. What's interesting, these next 4 spots, there's 2 level 1s and 2 level 2s. Those will get revealed by the events in the level. The level 1s will get revealed by the level 2 technologies, and the tier 2s will get revealed by the tier 3 technologies. So those are ways to unlock how to colonize, how to research level 3 technology, because right now we don't have a way to research level 3 technology. We're still infants. Each of us started with a slightly barely asymmetric. So you started with an extra coal. Josh started with what did you start with, Josh?
Extra spaceship, 1
an
fewer.
extra spaceship on Sol. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started with an extra person. It's all based on that faction that we happen to draw. So you're technically the United Nations of Sol. So that's it. You're just going to choose one of those 4 spaces. I encourage you to just hover over things in Board Game Arena because it'll show you everything and you can zoom in. But yeah, so it's your turn.
Oh. Knows what he's doing before. And Corey, I see in the chat that somebody mentioned you are a Magic player too.
Oh, yes, I definitely play a lot of Magic when I can. Yep.
I understand that. Are you an arena player or paper Magic?
Both. It depends. So, like, when I was back in college is when I learned how to play. I played paper. And now that, real world happens and people move around, I play a lot of arena. Because, like, I have one buddy who does teaching abroad. He was over in Egypt for a while, and now he's down in somewhere in South America. And so we play every once in a while on arena.
I see.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you know what part of Egypt he was in?
He was, I believe, in Cairo.
Okay. I lived outside of Cairo and Maadi when I was in college.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you want to do? Do you want research level 1? You can't research level 2. You want to get some ships, or do you want to get some resources?
Confirm.
Oh. Did it do stuff?
Oh yeah, I think you might be frozen up there, Bruce, because we're on.
I'm gonna refresh my screen.
Yeah, we are up to my action right now.
Oh, okay. Oh wow, yeah, we are.
Now we're actually to yours.
Well, okay then. I want to be different here, so let's go with robotics.
Okay. Everybody's starting a little different.
And And then I'm going to gain a person. By the way, it plays really well at 2 players as well, and in person. Ooh, you got an event. Tyler Lee.
You gain 1 coal, then choose and remove tier 1 guild cover top below the basic seafaring box.
And if you highlight over these, by the way, it makes them real big.
So there's an option to open up making colonies easier, or to research level 3 technologies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do that.
And see how both of these have a green, but they also have a blue influence or a red influence?
Yes.
That's what I was saying before.
And then...
So now I gotta select one of those.
Ooh.
Go with. Oh, that's fun.
Even if you
It's
do
gonna be
not
fun
have
for once we have some
technology.
more technologies out there.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah. Gives you some ore and some automation,
And
which is
an
good.
automation, yeah. That's pretty nice.
Very nice. So I used to play Magic the Gathering. Kind of with moving all around, I haven't really been able to get back into it.
You know, I don't think I would have gotten back into it ever had it not been for had it not been for Arena. Arena
Okay.
made getting back into Magic so much easier.
I gotta check that out.
Arena had really changed the game. Like, I remember when Magic Online was still around, and it was, I had looked at it, and it was definitely not the same. It was, I mean, I know a lot of people still play it and use it a ton, but it was not very user friendly. And then once they came out with Arena, it just, for me, it changed the whole aspect of Magic and being able to play with friends anywhere.
Dang. So Corey, just want to point out something real quick. So Josh just took control of these 2 planets. If you fly in there with more power than that, you take control. He can also leave those spaces, and his control discs will stay. But if somebody else flies in, they immediately take it over. So there's no like actual battles that happen. It's just kind of passive, based on like tit for tat.
Okay.
Let's go with. What was this one? Oh, maybe yeah. I'm gonna research level 1. And you went with colonizing. Okay. So let's go get something different. Let's get a ship in deep space.
Okay. Look at you. Terraforming, huh?
Let's get a person.
Man.
You see how I'm like, you just choose one thing?
Yeah.
But it's meaningful.
A lot of very interesting choices in this game. I really... I think it's fantastic.
I taught a lot of people how to play this at BGG Con.
I could see that. This was definitely my favorite
games room.
I'm not surprised. It was my favorite game that came out in 2020.
So Corey, after your turn, what kind of board games do you normally play? Oh,
Ooh. Coming in hot.
Yes.
Okay.
so because it was a tie, it still stays with Josh. By the way,
Okay.
Yeah.
for now, but there's more planets. The game is young. Yeah, but what do you play?
I play. Well, now that I'm doing game code, I play a lot of different games. The stuff that I really like playing is like Catan is fun. Abyss is a blast. I just picked up Dark Souls. I've played that once. If you've never played that, it is a crazy strategy game. A lot of I'm down for pretty much any board game, really. I like to learn a lot of new things. So I don't really have just one basic kind of thing.
Let's go with this one.
Probably the person me being a teacher is I'm always wanting to learn stuff.
Ooh, what is this one? There's a lot going on. Picks the leftmost. Rolls it like a die. I've never had this event.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a good one. Each faction picks up their die.
So mine is gain a person.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll gain a person. Sure.
So, Corey, you mentioned playing games with your family as a kid. What kind of got you into more hobby style gaming?
When I moved back here to so what's fun is that the school that I teach at is actually where I graduated from. And so when I came back, my wife was about 4 hours away at the time. And so it was pretty much me first year teaching, and then I made some friends, and that's what they did is they played board games all the time. And so that's what really got me back into it quite a bit. Because other than that, it was just like Magic for a long time.
Sure.
Do you have a preferred color when you play Magic?
I'm a really mean blue player.
The
I'm a really mean blue player.
worst.
Yeah. So Mike from Games Play Badly, he wasn't playing Magic for a long time, and I just have decks that I built, and I didn't think anything of it, and I'm not allowed to play with him for a while. So, but I like
commenting
blue.
on his thing saying that you said that.
Yeah. But the worst part is I don't know what's my favorite part of Magic is playing it or building the decks.
Fair. Starting with you, each faction. Ooh, okay. Get to research for free. I don't mind that.
Ooh. You pick which one.
Sorry, Bruce.
Yeah, of course. That means I get something. I can gain coal or ship. I will gain a ship.
And then Corey, you can choose to either research advanced robotics for free or yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. Hey, everybody. Welcome to my technology. Robots are taking over.
Okay. What do we want to do here? Ooh. Neither of these are bad options. But I think I want some ships.
Are they shipping ships?
No.
Okay, I think I'm out of. Yeah, I am. Really need to do something. That's one. There's a lot going on that planet.
There sure are.
Let's do this. It's not as much as I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. You're gonna go here. You're gonna go here. And you're gonna go here.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. What's interesting about it too is like the space and the technology kind of interplay. So I was like, oh, I needed to be able to make more people. I flew my ships around and colonized some planets so I can get discs out there. But the rub is that the more I have in space, the less cubes I can turn into people to then go research. So it's this kind of nice give and take.
Yeah.
A lot of counterbalancing.
Yeah. You're getting so much stuff. Upgrading and
I'm kind of just clicking buttons.
that's fair.
That's all right.
First
We're here to
time.
have fun and go on a space adventure.
No, there's a lot to this, but it's really granted. I mean, this website makes it pretty intuitive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Yeah. So by the way, I love with Board Game Arena how if most of the games are free, but like games like this are premium, but premium is super cheap. They treat it like going to a board game night, where if like I own the game and I have I essentially have a premium account, you don't have to pay to play that game with me. I put it on the table, right? And so I like the fact that it's just the person who starts the game has to have the premium account.
Yeah.
huh.
Yeah.
Let's go here. 2.
And although Asmodee owns it, they have a lot of games that are not Asmodee.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do some research on what games they have.
Yeah. I've lived all around the US and it's been a good way to honestly play games with people and interact with people who aren't even like gamers because it's intuitive. Wow, y'all really want that planet.
Holy cow.
Yep. Let's
Dang.
see. I want.
Corey, I was rooting for you on that one.
Yeah.
Well, it's only a temporary situation.
Until you colonize it, yeah. We're gonna do. Oh, I can't do that yet, but I can do this. Before anybody else does it.
Look at you.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. What you choosing, Bruce?
I'm gonna gain a person.
A person, you say?
Mm-hmm. But now I get this choice. That's fun. Ooh. Darn it. Both of these are good.
Yeah, they are. Both allow you to research level 3s. Those are both nice.
Yeah, let me look at my board real fast though. I need to do this one though.
The automate
Yeah.
makes sense.
And because of that, let's do that.
All right, let's do it.
So Corey, I gotta ask. Oh, you researched.
Mm-hmm.
This removes the other tier 1 thing, by the way. That's what that did.
Yeah.
Ah,
You happen to draw both of those.
fantastic.
Which one did you choose?
I chose the right one, so
Automating and doing stuff?
yeah.
Oh, we got now. Oh, that's interesting. A lot of ways to do level 3s.
Yep.
So Corey, I gotta ask about D&D.
Yeah.
So are they all? What's the composition of a party like? Are they all like, we're all going to be rogues?
No, actually, there is only one rogue.
Okay.
There's a lot of barbarians, a lot of druids.
You. Oh wow,
yeah.
Josh.
Yep.
I didn't even see that. Yep. Dang.
That's what that was for.
That makes sense. So a lot of barbarians, a couple druids.
Druids, barbarians. There's one cleric, one monk, which is funny because the monk is like the shortest and the quietest person in the whole group. So I'm like, that's gonna be fun to watch. And then there is one fighter, and there's some. Okay, so there's fighter, rogue.
Oh, it's my turn. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean there's one cleric. I mean there's a lot of druid. It's like, so when I was trying to be like explaining what each character does, when I came to the druid, like everybody like raised their hand like shyly, like I'm like, is it because of the animals? They're like, yeah, it's because of the animals. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
I mean that's fair.
Yeah, I mean that's cool.
Makes perfect sense.
What?
So Corey, have you had any of the kids who are interested in learning how to DM yet?
Not yet. Only because not yet, but we've only played 3 times, and they're still trying to figure out a lot of the rules and stuff. And so, like for instance, this week when we had Thursday night, it ended up happening where I had a meeting right after school, and then my coworker, he ended up having to watch bus duty, so we were running like 10-15 minutes late. So we ended up not starting because, well, it takes a little while to get started, and then you only have an hour to play, and you lose 15-20 minutes of it. By the time you get started, you're finishing up. And so, like this Thursday, I ended up busting out my 3D prints because a parent ended up donating 3D printer to us.
Wow,
and so,
awesome.
Yeah, I'm super thankful for this family. And so I've been printing out buildings and stuff that I've been showing them, like, because I have it just in my classroom behind my desk as I'm teaching, and just back there printing away. And the kids have been really interested into it. So I ended up using that into a learning experience where I showed them it, and then last weekend, me and Jeff, we ended up spending 4.5 hours painting all these buildings that I printed off, and I like showed it to the kids, and they were so intrigued, they were so unhappy about it. And so then I ended up taking it to my room, and I showed them what kind of printers there are, and then I ended up showing them like what metal printing can do.
Oh wow.
Like, yeah. And so they were super intrigued that all of a sudden they found out that that this 3D printing can go from plastic to metal, building rocket ships.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and so like they weren't really mad. Cover.
Oh, you keep getting all those.
Yep.
I mean,
That one gives you a point at least. That's good. But you get to choose. Do you want it to be able to research level 1s and then do another basic, or do you want to be able to research level 4s? Which, before you make that decision, I do want to point out what happened with my event. There's this card now above the basic spacefaring stuff. That's a
okay.
level 4 card. You can use a research level 4 action to research this. You don't need any prerequisites besides being able to research a level 4.
Oh.
Yeah. For what it's worth.
Is that a bad thing or a good thing for us? Or is that more for you?
Well, the action, the event made me do it. That's what happened. So it could be good. It's just depending on if you want that ability or if you want others to be able to have that ability yet.
Let's do this one.
Okay. Just looking at. So what are you designing? Are you designing in like SolidWorks and stuff, or are you just using print files?
So far I've been using just a bunch of print files I've been getting.
I mean, there's a lot out there.
There's a ton out there. Like Thingiverse has been amazing. And even like I have been doing Kickstarter where they like pay what you want, pay $1, get a really cool thing. Stuff like that. So I've been doing that for a game club and then for myself since I play in my free time as well. But my goal is so like right now, game club is just 3 through 5, just 3rd grade, 4th grade to 5th grade. My long-term goal for this is to make it from 3rd to 12th and then make it a STEM program within it to where
awesome.
I've been talking to the woodshop teacher where they're making us board games.
What?
Yeah. So like they've made us a couple chessboards and then they're making us I'm going to call it a life size because I think he said it's like 6 feet tall, Connect 4.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's life size.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm talking to them so that when our boxes break down, because I mean, everybody knows that when you have kids, boxes for board games, they do not last. Sorry, this is my turn.
You're good.
Choose that column to receive. A, B, C, or D.
That's an interesting tech.
Yeah.
I like that.
I just don't want to do the things that I would need to do to research it.
Yeah. What is this one? Oh, yeah, that would be helpful. That's really cool, by the way. Of the whole year long, like not year long, but school long experiences.
Yeah, that's not now that I'm actually talking game because I'm not holding up the game. Sorry. So like I'm gonna get like I have plans in the future where when a board game box gets destroyed. So we all know like if a kid plays Monopoly, it's bound to get destroyed after a while. It would be really cool as a project for a high school kid to make a new box for the Monopoly where the board fits in there. They can make a tray for the money, a tray for all the little pieces, and put it in this box that I then can put on the shelf. And then it's a box that will be able to withstand. And then I'm going to try to raise money for when we build the new building that I want to try to get a STEM room or STEAM room is what I actually prefer it would be because art is a giant part of things, but that I could get a room for STEAM and have all this in there so we can keep things way better organized. Because like right now, like I said, I'm in computer cards in the commons, which it's fine. It works really well. But to be able to have a giant room would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
And then depending on...
There's a couple things going on with this. I get to do some layered actions. that. Ooh. Oh, this is gonna help y'all. I need this. Everybody can put a level 2 ship in deep space.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I
I'll
don't think I've
take
seen this
that.
much in space. We're going to upgrade you. Which this will be fun.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm over here just unlocking everything.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, there's things that give you points for that.
I think I'm gonna. Okay, so if I do that one, that.
Wait, what'd you do?
I went ahead and I
Oh, you
dumped
took the
on.
one I just did?
Yeah,
There's a lot going on with that.
there's a ton going on with that.
You get to essentially put 3 ships of increasing power out into the galaxy.
Yeah, hold on. Let's do you there. Yeah, we'll do this. That works.
Josh.
Well, Bruce,
Get out of my business.
Just taking over the universe.
Yeah. What's this one do? Okay.
Okay.
Josh, because you did that, I'm just going to do something for fun.
Yeah, gonna come take over other things.
Uh-huh.
That's fine. I just needed the ore for that production for that round. I'll do plenty of colonizing. I've never tried this before, going heavy in space. I usually focus
Well, it is
much
the
more.
final frontier, so.
I usually focus much more in the tech.
Okay, so we're going to do this. Get out of here. And we're going to do this. And we're going to do It's not enough. But I don't need it to be enough. And we'll move this one. I should have put that one there. I'll get you out of soul. Oh, no, no. Did they all? Yeah. Clear selection. Sorry. It glitched on me a little bit. This ship is going to go... Yeah. Come on. This ship's going to go here. Sorry, my computer's running a little slow right now. This ship is going to go here. Cool. This ship is going to go here. And this ship is going to go here for now. Done jumping. What do we need? People. Thanks for your patience on that one. And we want that one to be people. And that one to be people. And we're going to gain all that. All the ore. Yeah, so Corey, when I look at games, I try and find games that don't like add something completely different in the collection. And so it's like I have never played a game like this where the tech tree is the engine of the whole game.
Yeah, it's such an interesting, like, it's so interesting watching this develop all the way through so far.
I think it's about to escalate a lot.
Yep. We are, I think, probably nearing the halfway point.
Yeah. I'd say a little bit more than that.
A little past it.
I'd say 2/3.
Okay, so I need coal by far. Yep. Not that one.
Oh, because I was already done. Yep. Really got to get those discs off. Oh, I can't do that.
Hmm.
Oh, I could do that.
So do that.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. Well,
I'm here.
that changes some things, don't it? All right. Well, let's get...
Yeah, that one's not happening this round.
Let's get this one out of the way.
Ooh, okay. What's the new planet? That's a simple one.
Yep.
So let's do this. We'll do 1, 2. Yep. Clear selection. This ship going here. This ship going here. This ship going here. This ship going here.
Ooh.
Flying all over the galaxy, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Well then.
Man.
Yes, use that. Get 2 people. I needed the plant production really bad.
I see that, apparently.
Well, that technology allows me to choose between being able to make people or coal is pretty good. So it helps. That's that level 3 tech.
Yeah.
You know, when you swoop in and steal my planets out from under me, Josh.
I have stolen nothing, Bruce. I have been in complete control. Oh.
Man, I have no idea what to do now.
Well, maybe look at the these victory point things of what kind of ends things. It might give you some ideas.
Yeah.
You're pretty close on some of them.
Yeah. Getting up there to that level 4 is
And
good.
also
Always
you have
helpful.
a level 3 techs.
Yeah.
Level 3 techs.
You're right, I do. All right, let's go for it. Let's do this.
So when that gets triggered, by the way,
Okay.
when there's 3 discs, right, Josh? That's what we said, 3?
3, correct.
We will finish that round, and then there'll be one more round after that.
Okay.
Man, you've
How
gotten
have you
every
gotten
one
every
of those.
those?
This has been a blast here. All right.
You just keep finding all of these like speakers and entrepreneurs.
Move a tire to guild cover tile.
Yeah, there's the one. It's the ability to research level 4. Oh gosh.
To travel anywhere.
Yeah, you just one
man,
jump
that's nice.
means go anywhere once it's off Sol.
Except when leaving Sol or deep space, and that's really good.
Yeah.
Problem is I haven't been building like any ships.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as soon as we start colonizing, you're about to have control of that whole galaxy.
All right.
Start colonizing. What are you talking about, Bruce?
Hey, you
Been
already have.
colonizing.
You did too, didn't you?
Yep. Done been colonizing.
So I played a game of this one time where there's some events that let you get a private technology. You just draw the top one off the deck, and I got that technology as a private tech in the beginning of the game. Yeah.
That's really nice.
Yeah, it was so good. Oof. Look at you, Corey. You got that 21 points over my 14.
Pure luck. That's what that is.
Oh, wait, not that. Hold on. I want that guy to go.
do that.
You had to swoop in with the 3.
Yeah, I did. I did. Needed that or production.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't want you getting that, but I gotta do this. Make sure I select the right one. Yep. Is it that one? Dink and dink.
You taking my kicking me off there?
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
And
That's fine.
Want to automate people.
Though I don't like you taking my action space.
There's a more expensive one.
Yeah. I don't like it.
So Corey, when you play, and I always ask you questions right after my turn, it's always your turn. I'm sorry.
You're all right.
I'll wait.
Mm.
Do that one.
What you doing?
I mean, no. Okay. All right. Here's what we're gonna do.
All right, show us the way, Obi-Wan.
I don't think this is the right thing to do.
Is it the fun thing to do?
That's all that really matters.
Yeah.
No. Yes. There's that. That confirmed.
Yeah, you only do one thing on your turn, but those things end up having lots of attributes to them as the game goes on.
Yeah. Well, especially when I've never seen a game where there's been this much activity.
Yeah, this is awesome.
In the space board.
How many ships are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, there's 18 ships out there. Yeah.
That's a lot. That is a chunk for sure.
Yeah. Mm. Dang. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well done.
Wow. That was a lot that just happened.
That whole wormhole thing was pretty nice.
I bet.
Well, my Tau are upset that you took Tau Ceti.
But okay, you were gonna ask me something. What was
I was
it?
curious. Like you said, you're DMing essentially all the time, but when you get to play, what would you choose? When you are like what character class and otherwise?
So I am in one campaign that it's my first campaign I've ever played since I literally started D&D last year. And yeah.
That escalated quickly in terms of D&D in your life.
Well, yeah. Like I've always wanted to try D&D, and then just nothing ever came to fruition and to be able to play. And then once again, so Jeff, the guy that's helping me out with everything, he's like, "Hey, you should try to come play this game." I'm like, "Sure, what is it?" He goes, "It's D&D." And I'm like, "All right, let's go." And so I created my first character, and it is a gnome artificer.
What?
Yeah.
I dig it.
That's cool.
Me being a 250-pound, 6'3" dude, I picked a gnome artificer because I thought it would be fun, and it has been the best thing ever.
Oh, that's good.
So, are you playing in a campaign that is out of a book or somebody's self-design?
It is both. So he likes to take the major content from books. So like we're running Descent into Avernus right now.
Very nice.
He's taken us through a bunch of other random books that he finds the material good, and he'll put it together and make this one massive campaign. So it's a mixture of everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's a good way to do it. I'm running a campaign of Ravenloft right now.
Oh.
And or Strahd, I guess technically. Curse of Strahd. And it's my first, well, not my first time doing it, but my first time doing like a real heavy book campaign. So it's interesting. I really enjoy running the sessions.
Yeah. I gotta say, it is really nice being a DM for the first time to do it for a bunch of kids, because if you mess up, they have no idea.
Yeah.
So it's awesome to be able to practice with them and whatnot.
Well, I think it's also a cool thing to be able to just go and to just go and be able to have the adventure and make it up as you go along. Like sometimes it's kind of fun to not know the rules of D&D and just say, yeah, this is the fun thing to do for the story. So we're going to let it happen.
Yeah. I love that that's a rule of D&D. It's like follow the fun and whatever the DM decides.
Yeah. Right. You want to burn down the forest? Fantastic. Let's burn down the forest and see how this plays out.
Doesn't mean it will play out.
Yeah.
So does your character build all sorts of stuff?
So far, yes. Kind of. He's more of a weird little klepto. Like, for instance, with the very first campaign, so the very first session. So when we first started, we were doing the Frost Maiden.
Okay.
And we were at the tavern to start out, typical start out. And I sat down on a table. Well, I sat down on a table. I'm a gnome. Here's the table. Here's the top of my head. All you got to see is my hat. And so the wench came over and gave me a copper pot, lifted me up and put it down, and me on top of it. And so it turned into a thing where I rolled to steal the pot, to very sheepishly take this little copper pot. And then it ended up turning out that we ended up using that pot where I handed it to our barbarian friend to throw the pot at the bad guy. But I never specifically said that I let go of the pot. So next thing we know, there's a flying copper pot with a gnome attached to it. And yes, I did get the final blow on this guy with the copper pot in my head. So it's just like, so it's just, yeah, a lot of things that character does is weird. Okay.
So what are some of the? Oh, I'll let you finish your turn actually, before bombarding you with more questions.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do the Meta Science Guild to unlock the 4 tier one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. It
You
says
don't
that
have enough people.
I don't have enough people.
You have to get rid of 2 people, and then you use your third one to put on that technology. Sorry.
Yep. Meta science is expensive.
Yep.
All right.
But do you have another way to research level 4s? No, there isn't.
No, nothing out yet.
Not yet.
Your best bet is. Well, not really a great way to do it, is there?
Not this turn.
No, Bruce, you're gonna colonize, aren't you?
No.
Shake my fist at you. Using my spots.
Well, what's really nice is that I can use your spots even if you're on those spots due to the top level 2 technology.
Yeah. Let's move. Oh wait, clear. I don't want to do that. This guy goes here. This guy goes here. And yeah, we'll do that.
So many whooshes.
All of them.
You move
I like
all
that
your
it is a whoosh.
Okay.
But the major question is, when you guys play in D&D and you're in it, what do you guys select as your characters?
Ooh. Josh, after you.
That's a
I'm gonna
really
take my turn.
So I tend to gravitate towards monks. My most recent character was a monk, but it really kind of I have a folder on my computer with about 10-ish character sheets that are ready to go at any point in time.
Wow.
I personally really enjoy creating characters. I think character creation is one of the most fun things about D&D. And so at any point in time, if you ask me to jump into a campaign, I can pull a character with a backstory that is close enough to the campaign, and I modify from there. So I also, every time a new book comes out, I find myself creating new characters based off of the new source material.
Yeah, so for me, I'm DMing more often. I haven't been able to play for a while. That's like the one thing I want to get back into is playing more D&D and role-playing games. Because I love how immersive it can be, and it's just like guaranteed to make memories, like your gnome flying across attached to a pot. So for my first campaign, I was a ranger, as an elf ranger, because I also do archery on the side. It's something I enjoy, so I just thought that'd be fun to port over. But I asked about the tinkering because which book is it?
Tasha's.
No, Xanthar, actually.
Oh, Xanathar.
Yeah, has a lot of cool stuff about different little like contraptions that you can make. And so I was like, I thought that'd be cool. I'm gonna grab it.
No, I have not done. I guess I haven't really done that much tinkering. So now that I'm really interested.
Well, there's a picture in it that like made me think of it. So let me find it.
I was gonna say Xanathar, because Tasha is what introduced.
Yeah, I don't have Tasha's.
Oh, Tasha's is well worth it.
Ooh, what is this event? You got a lot going on here. Sorry.
Oh, got
an
extra world.
We also have an extra ability
on starting on Corey's next turn.
So we all get one turn to look at it.
Yep. You have to get rid of 3 people to colonize without any ships.
So like this like dragon thing made me think of stuff.
Look at Xanathar's.
Oh, okay, hold on. Pull that up one more time for me.
There's that, and then there's like a cup with legs and arms that I've also seen in here.
Oh, you're gonna have to send me a picture of that. That's
I'll send it right now.
Really cool.
It's just I also love these books just for like the inspiration on things. Like regardless whether you use the stat block or something for monster or creature, it's just cool to get that inspiration. I'm gonna find, and then there's all the Tinkerer's Tools stuff, which I assume you have.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll send you a picture of the one from this book.
Sweet, thank you.
Yeah.
It's such a blast playing Tinker because I overthink everything. And
you overthink everything?
Nice. Yeah, I overthink everything. And so for instance, like in Frost Maiden, there's a part where you make something in the middle of a cabin. There's nothing there. So you're supposed to like go to the next town to do it. And so I was like, what's in this tavern again? And he's like, well, there's barrels with wine and there's crates. I'm like, oh, okay, there's barrels. Yes. And then filled with the wine. So I'm like, okay. So we have somebody who's an alcoholic in this game because there's always one. And so I'm like, hey, do you think you could finish this barrel of wine?
You did meet in the tavern.
Right. And so they ended up finishing the barrel. And he goes, okay. And I was like, I'm going to break down this barrel for all the parts. He's like, you're doing what? I go, I'm taking all the metal from this barrel and I'm building what we need. He goes, I hate you. You know, it's just like little things like that. I cannot wait for this world to come up.
I'm trying to find this other.
Sorry, I have a lot of things happening on my turn.
Hey, what is all going on?
A whole lot.
What action did you take?
I colonized a world, which allowed me to research a level 2 for free. So I researched the level 2 that gave me the ability to repeat the immediate bonus of another level 2. So there's just a lot of triggering happening one after another. And it allowed me to complete Empire as well.
Wow.
So.
Oh my gosh, Josh.
Settle down, Darcidius.
Now I just got to figure out. I have no idea.
Never seen what I put up, Corey. I need that. I don't want. How much was this one? Nope, don't want to do that. I need that. What's this? Oh, I don't know that I want that. Sorry, this is a choice.
We all make them, Bruce.
That's true. You're not wrong. I think I need to do it. Oh no, can I pay for this? I can do this. Yep, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna research a level 4 technology. It doesn't count as my level 4 technology.
Oh yeah, you're doing the Android independence.
Yep.
Nice. It's a good one. Seems real good.
But now I need ore real bad. That's expensive.
Hmm. Hmm.
Dang, Josh, you're rocking this.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, this is a very, very different strategy than I would normally take. I really wanted to see how doing a lot of colonizing would work. But now I don't know what I'm doing for the rest of this game. Trying to figure out what my... I guess I could just keep colonizing. That makes sense.
Yeah, because you're decently far away. I think you're decently far away from the other two things.
Yeah, ish. I could try and push for research all 6, but I feel like somebody's gonna get to a level 4 or something before I do that.
I need people. And I don't know what the best course of action is for that. Because you said the basic spacefaring is like the worst thing you can do, right?
The gain a person, gain 1 resource.
Yeah.
It's pretty much not. It's not ideal. Sometimes you got to do it, but.
All right. So am I like, okay, since I'm still learning here, is
Yep.
there a spot that I'm missing to get more people?
Not right. Yeah. Oh, wow. You are almost out of resources on your board, or cubes on your board. That's the challenge. Honestly, what you probably need to do is colonize some things so you get some of your spaceships back onto your board so that you can pull those resources off.
And that's that give and take I was talking about earlier.
Like you need to settle on those planets and then use those so you can start reusing those things.
Okay. So.
Oh, but you don't have any people to colonize.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Woof.
So you may need to.
Are you? Oh, well, you have. Oh, there's the 1. So if you take the basic action,
yeah,
that'll allow you to get that person.
Yeah, that may be your only way to do it.
Or flying things around and trying to get discs off to try and unlock it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is better actually because then you also get the coal and then you still get to do production.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. Your people are tied up in outer space.
Yeah.
Why aren't you letting me do that? Choose your production and it won't let me do it. So resource trade.
Which one are you trying to do? People?
Yeah. Well, if you're trying to do anything that gives you people, you don't have any people on your board.
Oh, that's true.
to
Okay,
take
so
from.
Yeah.
well, I got one person. There, good enough.
Well, that one person's going to allow you to colonize and those kind of things next turn. But I feel like I know what. Oh, you need more people for that. Yeah.
This is definitely a game I'm gonna want to play again to learn how to do a little bit better.
That's fair.
Yeah.
By the way, not Tabletop Alliance, Board Game Arena has a turn-based mode where you can play. Essentially, it shoots you an email when it's your turn to take an action. So if you want
Okay.
to start up a turn-based of this, or if you want me to, I could be happy to do that. We can play offline. Well, technically online, but at schedules.
We might have to do that.
This
is
two-player is
really-
pretty awesome, by the way. Can't do that. I need. Oh, we're in the end game now.
Yeah. I mean,
One more disc down.
yeah. Somebody does a level 4, or oh, you need 2 more colonies, Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, here I was rushing things, and now I'm at a point where I kind of can't rush anymore. Guess I could just keep.
Where are these from? Oh, they're both from A. Dang, there's so many ships on that planet. Yeah, why not? We're going to do this. It seems very samey, but I'm going to do it. Actually, clear selection. Can I do? Oh, you took the thing I was going to do. Good job.
What's that though? The Technocrat
Yeah.
Guild?
Yep.
Yeah. You can pay me or to take
That's not
that
how
action.
that works.
No, the
the other
top,
one, yeah.
The top level 2 card. The Inter-System Diplomacy.
Oh yeah, the one I
You
have.
can pay 1 to take an action occupied by my pawn.
That might be good. Because then I can do that, and then I can do that. Yeah, I'm going to reset. Sorry.
Nope.
Let's do that. Honey Bumpkin.
Thank you. I really needed that.
Or not.
No. I have no idea what I would do. Actually, I guess I could. It does let me not colonize next turn if I want.
We are going to gain or and then we're going to take another basic and we're going to is that the one? No, we're going to do this. I'm joining you, Corey. There we go. Yep. That was quick. You knew exactly what you were doing there.
I had one choice.
All right. Let's see here.
Which one did you colonize?
The
bottom
left.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to try something. Ooh, it's making me do a resource trade.
Oh, because you got the one that I pulled out, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
may do all three. Oh,
Oh, maybe. Oh, okay. Then we're gonna do this. And you're gonna go away. I turned a ship into a person.
Oh. Oh, you're using. Oh, I didn't even.
It was part of that thing.
Part of that thing. Yeah. That's nice. Smart. Schmert.
Oh, you can't do it again. Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do.
Oh, you could do you can do Technocrats Guild.
So I could do that. Then I could do with a tier 1 to get
Yeah.
me one, just to get the terraforming at the top.
And then you can get the resources from the other space if you want.
Yeah.
Because it lets you
Not
do
bad
two things.
option.
And that's also a victory point, by the way, because for that level 1 tech.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the only thing prohibiting you from also getting those level 2s. So when does your semester end?
The Tuesday before Christmas.
Dang.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Very
it's
nice.
like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Bruce, when are you all done?
My students have finals starting this upcoming week.
Really?
Yeah.
That's early.
I know. Well, we started a week earlier this year. But they have the finals are kind of extended. So to go for the next week and a half.
Yeah. So Corey, you mentioned a couple lighter games that your kids play on Tuesdays. What are some of the other games that you have in that collection?
What other games do I have in our collection?
Yeah. What are some of the popular ones, I should say?
Yeah.
For your students.
Sorry is a pretty good one. Clue was really good. The Taco Cat one's the main one. There's one called Puckett that somebody actually made.
Yeah,
yeah.
Puckett's
I know Puckett.
Puckett's really fun. Bruce and I have had some pretty intense Puckett showdowns.
That's true.
I legitimately cannot do anything.
You can do the resource one.
The one where I have to have a dice?
Yeah, he would have to have a dice for it. He doesn't have any dice out. Eesh.
Oh.
I have no dice. I have no people.
Oh no.
So what do I do if I can't do anything?
That's a really good question.
Do you have any? Oh, and your board's empty. What you
can do is take this jump action on the terraforming card.
And you can warp all over the freaking place.
Yeah, and then spread out, take over all of these areas.
But there's
Now,
no more cubes on his board.
yeah, how you would be able to colonize afterwards, I'm not sure.
So
He's not
it's-
Is
So
there a way?
maybe
Yeah.
well, right now I'm stuck on choose a basic sparing action, and it won't let me do anything but the 4 basic spacefaring stuff.
hold on. Did you have enough to? Did you have a person?
Oh,
this
you
turn?
did your. Yeah, he did. He
So-
used
The technocrat. Sorry, you can
the
reset it
technocrats.
and
Yeah,
he can
reset it.
colonize.
Yeah.
You have enough to colonize that one planet.
How do I reset
You're
it?
There should be a finish
At the
resolve.
at the very top of your screen. No, you can't do it once you've confirmed. Oh, you hit confirm. Yeah.
Oh shit. Sorry.
So yeah, so because you took the first action, so now you just have those top 4 actions to choose from, which probably the jump 2 is going to be your best
Yeah.
bet there. That's the only thing you really could do.
Darn, I didn't see you had a thing to colonize.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do jump 2. That.
Well, he wouldn't have been able to colonize anyway. He moved from colonization to the Technocrats Guild.
Oh yeah, that's where you were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
These other things. You idiot.
Oh, not that one. That one. That one. Okay. Cool. I officially have a
Sweet.
person.
Yay!
Yay.
I
Where'd they come
decommissioned
from?
a ship.
Where did they come from?
I don't
No
know.
resource trade.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. I need. That would be nice. Oh, I did this for a reason. And that was to do. Where is it? Where's the action space? I thought I had enough. Oh, I don't have enough for that yet.
Can't Catch Harry is another big one that a lot of kids play. Jenga's a really popular one. I just pulled up
They're
my
playing
list
all
of all my
sorts.
games.
Oh, your games. What's your age range of the group usually? You said it's the whole school that is able to come, right?
It is just 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders right now. is
3rd,
what we're
4th, and
at.
5th.
Yep. So they're anywhere between ages 8 and 11.
Okay.
Unless they're kind of older, then I think the max is 12. But Skip Bo's been popular. Sorry. I taught a few kids how to play Stratego. They like that. Trouble.
Played a lot of Stratego growing up. I really
Me
enjoyed
too.
that game.
I had the Star Wars edition of Stratego, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I had this one.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all wooden and stuff. We got it like Barnes and Noble back in the day. But it's kind of cool. Like the book cover slides off and stuff.
Oh, that is
That's pretty cool.
fantastic.
That's great.
I think I've had it since I was like 10.
Another one that more kids are slowly starting to pick up is Labyrinth.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just because they figured out they can start messing with their friends a little bit
Oh,
more.
100%.
Of course, don't break the ice. Because what kid doesn't like hitting something? Blockus is another one. 2 weeks ago, I had a learning session for aggravation where I only had like 2 friends. Oh, it's my turn. I had 2 friends sign up to do it. And then when I sat down to get going, I had a few friends come up and they're just like, I'm like, do you want to play? And they're like, no. So I sat there and they all just sat there and watched for 20 minutes. And then I'm like, okay, I had to get up. Is anybody willing to take my spot? And like out of like the 6 kids that ended up watching, they all ended up raising their hand. I'm like,
Oh,
that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
That is
That's
awesome.
great.
So,
Who's gonna end this, Bruce?
Yep. I forgot to do something last turn. That I will not forget again.
Yeah. We finished the round, or did we get an extra round? I can't remember.
We finished the round and you get an extra round.
And we get an extra round. That's what I thought. Well, then I'm just gonna keep doing this. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't. So.
Yep. I need, how much space travel do I need?
4, 3.
Where
you
are
only
you getting all your people from?
Like when we colonize and stuff, they're going back to the board.
Yeah.
Oh.
So see, when you colonized, you got 2 more cubes back to your board.
God. Oh my gosh. That is such the simplest thing that I've been missing.
Yep.
It all finally, that right there, that whole thing just finally clicked.
Yep.
All right.
Was
I'm
this
taking
one?
over the whole universe. I'm just letting you guys know right now.
Do it.
There's that. Too many pop-ups on my screen. There we go. And then this one. No, I don't want that. I need this. Oh, no, that's going to be... Yeah. Sure. We'll go with that. I don't think I have any more ships. I only have the 2. Yep. Done jumping. And then I'm going to place, what disc do I need? Let's go with a plant. And let's go with a coal. And then let's resolve this one, because I have to resolve 2 places. And then this one, I'm going to do that. Cool. All you, Corey.
That one.
Okay. Come on in.
I don't. I don't.
Yep.
I'm out of.
You're out of things.
Out of things. Well, we're just gonna do
Yep.
this.
Yep. Yep. I haven't been able to make progress on that. But I'm going to do this, which I would have ended it anyway.
Yeah,
So I'm going to get... Each of you is getting one more turn, and I get one more turn after this one. So I'm going to do this. Do that. We'll put that one. We'll play what? No. Use the ore.
Okay. Fine, Bruce.
Yep. Final round. If you didn't know.
Actually, okay with that. So, Corey, honestly... Well,
Honestly, I've been happy that we've gotten to play.
Yeah, this has been great.
It's been a learning experience, that is for sure.
Well, that's a good thing.
All I say is I want a rematch at some point.
All right.
I think we can make that happen.
That's fair. I had so many hopes and dreams. I only get one more turn.
Yeah, I have no idea. Guess just spread out. Could recruit or do a level 3, I guess.
But can I though? I don't think I can.
Hypercomputing.
Every space that you have a disc on in space is a point.
Yeah. So if you move around you could travel around. You could also use the hypercomputing action to research a level 3.
You can also research a level 4.
No, you
can't.
are no.
Not enough people.
Yeah, not enough people. And you don't have a level 3 that you could actually do. You could do a level 2 research action. But I think you'd probably be better.
I think you'd be better off flying around.
Flying around.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do that. Sure.
Okay, what do I want to do? I guess I'll just... Yeah. Let's see.
How big is your party, Corey, for the game that you're in?
So it's 2 buddies, my wife, and my DM's wife. So there's
Nice.
4 other people, 5
Cool.
including me.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a good party size.
Whenever my wife plays, she's been playing as either like a gnome or a what else she been playing as? Yeah, well, she just loves playing like a gnome bard.
A gnome bard. This is my wife's first campaign too. That was
nice.
the last time we played. It was her second session, and of course, I was showing her everybody. She goes, "Ericora, bird. I want to be a bird."
What?
I'm like, "All right,
All right.
okay."
That's really cool.
So it's really, and then the best part is our last session. We just jumped on a boat, and there's a whole battle in this water with some whales, and 3/4 of the way through, I whispered to her, I'm like, "You're a bird. You could fly. You know that, right?" She goes, "Oh, yeah."
Oh, that's good.
But
That's really good.
uh,
Gosh, you got that wormhole technology. Oh, you. Honestly.
Sorry, Bruce.
No, you're not. What the heck? Oh, I don't have anything left in space. Let me fly all around.
oh
Woof.
man.
Woof. Oh, okay. Well, I got all these people.
Must be nice.
It is actually. Can't do that. Can't do that. That's 2 points. That's gonna be. I absolutely can't take that over because you just swung in, and so I guess I can research a level 2 technology. What do these ones do? Which, yeah, that'll do it. I automate. Research a level 2 technology. To fill up my automation track. And let's make sure I pick the right one. Yep. That one. And let's make people. Just because I can. All right, and here we go. It's scoring everything.
All right.
Wow. Okay. Well, good game.
Well, good game.
Well
Corey,
played.
welcome to Board Game Arena.
Yeah.
Yes, I really like this website. I'm gonna have to definitely use it.
What's interesting too is you can also see like statistics on your games of like how long is my average play turn and how many resources did I make. Like they've got data on everything in this game. It's crazy. In all the games.
I'm gonna have to browse their games now, their whole library.
They have a really, really big library. They didn't for a very long time, but in the last few months, they've really blown up their library quite a bit.
I'd say they're adding about a game a week at this point.
Yeah. Since Asmodee bought them, Asmodee's been pumping out games left and right on here.
Yeah. Well, Corey, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on and getting to hang out with you for a little bit and actually play a game. Thanks so much for hopping on, and let's talk offline about more exciting things to come. Sound good?
Sounds like an absolute blast. Thanks for having me on.
Sweet. And
Thanks,
also,
Corey.
thanks for everything you're doing with the students. Have so much fun, and May your initiative rolls be better than theirs.
Thank you. Have a good Christmas too.
You too. Bye.
You too.
Okay.
Thanks,
Bye,
bud.
guys.
All right. Well, that was so much fun playing with Corey and getting to hear about the incredible impact that he is making with students in Iowa and then all the cool plans to come. That said, we just played a rather long game, Josh. So, how about we take a quick 5-minute break? And when we come back, we're going to be sharing some very cool, exciting announcements for what's upcoming. Sound good, Josh?
That sounds great, Bruce.
All right.
All right.
See y'all back in 5 minutes. Welcome back. Josh, can you hear me? Are you frozen on me? I think you're frozen on me. But while Josh refreshes, we are here. We've been playing games for the last 3 hours to raise support and awareness for Tabletop Alliance, a 501c3 nonprofit that Josh and I are both on the board for. And that means a lot to us because literally we were just playing games for an hour and a half with a guild leader in Iowa named Corey, who has been using games that we sent him to run game club, essentially a game club on Tuesdays and Thursday nights for his elementary school students. And that goes all the way up actually through high school over these upcoming years. So that's really exciting. And so we've been able to send equipment as well as do developmental sessions and other things for educators across the US. And so we're doing this stream today to raise awareness and support. Yep. One second. I can see you.
All right.
Did the audio switch to the other computer?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna move this one down. Yay, live streaming. And actually, let's do. Yeah. So we're gonna go with it. And let's make me big. There we go. And so we are raising support and awareness for this nonprofit. And so what you can do is you can just text Give Gaming to 44321. That's Give Gaming to 44321. And that's going to take you to our donation portal where you can donate. It means the world to us. This is a nonprofit community run thing. If you believe in the power of games and education and heard everything amazing that Corey was doing, how could you not? And it really just speaks into the spirit of everything. And so we're so excited about all of this. And so we encourage you to go donate and to, if you can, share and support this however you can. There's many different donation levels. All that information is there. We're going to go over that here in a second. Josh, do you want to just try connecting your audio like you were before in the settings?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Sorry.
Click on the gear. Because we didn't have this little guy up before. Yay,
right.
technical things, y'all.
Sorry. Wait, you wanted me to connect what to audio settings?
Is your mic connected to?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah. Because last time we didn't have your screen on. The other screen.
Oh, sorry. You wanted me back to my other one? Yeah, I can do that.
Sweet. Okay, I'm going to make you small. And I'm going to share some cool other updates as Josh is doing that. And Josh, feel free to pipe in on these as you are able. But first of all, I've been drinking coffee out of my Tabletop Alliance mug. So we don't buy shirts and mugs and things like that and just have these sitting around. We use a print on demand service called Spring. So we don't have any overhead in managing any of that. Honestly, it is all just going through and you place the order and they just take the production cost out of that order. So it requires no overhead on anything of us. We just put the designs out there. So if you're interested in getting one of these, you can go over to tabletopalliance.org and click merch. But the reason I've been drinking out of this cup, because I need coffee for this. Let's get a little energized. And Josh, just as a heads up, I do have you muted as you're doing that. But the coffee I've been drinking is actually this. Decaf. Decaf does not mean no calf, reminder. But this is from Many Worlds Tavern. So Many Worlds Tavern is a group I met at Board Game Geek Con. So they're based in Houston. They're a roastery that doesn't have like a coffee shop or anything. And I'm not promoting this to just like shill for somebody else. It's not the case. I would not show something I don't actually like using. And they were doing Chemex pour over coffee while they were there and giving everybody samples. So I tried the decaf, which actually has a whole lot of flavor, which doesn't always happen. I like drinking decaf in the afternoon. But then I also tried the light roast, the house roast is like a medium roast, and then like their super dark roast. And it's all gamer themed. What's really great about Many Worlds Tavern is that $1 of every bag purchased actually supports nonprofits, and we're one of the 4 nonprofits that receive support from that. So if you want to, as you're checking out and getting a bag, you can select Tabletop Alliance to get $1 of that purchase. And so this is the second bag of coffee I'm going through with them. I actually already finished the bag from BGG 2 weeks ago. And I liked it so much, I personally signed up to be getting a bag from them every single month. They give a discount when you do a monthly. And so every 4 weeks, I'm going to be getting a bag of coffee. Not this one. I'm going to be getting the Dragon's Nest. They give these like cool playing cards whenever you get coffee. The Dragon Nest, which is a light roast coffee. It's really got some nice floral elements and things too. But this is the one for the decaf, if you're curious. But they also have a super dark roast, which is Eldritch themed, like Arkham Horror style. So $1, if you go onto their website, manyworldstavern.com, and go on there, you'll see about Andrew and Chris. They're two amazing guys that I've gotten to know over the last couple of weeks. And again, I'm not just shilling something. This is really, I didn't even know they were doing any of this. And it was like, hey, by the way, I'm a nonprofit and would love to connect and just talk with you. And they offered all of this. And that was after I'd already bought 2 bags of coffee from them. I learned this like last week. So they've been amazing to work with. And so I cannot speak highly enough of what they're doing. They're doing some really great work. They're gamers and they're trying to do everything with a good cause. Let me check on Josh in the chat. There we go. How's it going, Josh? Oh, still working on it. Nope. Josh is still working on it, and that's okay. Because what's really cool is that I got a whole bunch of updates to share. But again, you can support this for less than a Netflix subscription. Support our nonprofit cause just by going to tabletopalliance.org and clicking donate, or by going on and texting Give Gaming to 44321. So that's Give Gaming to 44321. And there we go. Hey, Josh, I've actually got a workaround solution. I'm able to hide the other one. So your other mic is now good. Oh, I cannot hear you. Check in our messages. Okay. Well, Josh is working on that. So you just go to Give Gaming to 44321. On there, you can donate at whatever level you feel comfortable with. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know what happened either, Josh. Josh has just sent me a message. So the other one is connected and on. So as long as you're good there, it's live. Can you try it out? I cannot hear you, Josh. We're trying. We want to hear from Josh. Oh, I heard a breath.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, but you're back.
There we are.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not sure how I had to switch my audio to the other computer. Not sure what happened there.
The joys of live streaming. Yay,
Yeah.
everybody.
There we go.
Josh, were you able to hear what I was talking about?
No.
Okay.
Missed all of that.
Yeah, so I will recap that for you real fast. Josh, I briefly talked to you about this, but I met Andrew and Chris with Many Worlds Tavern at Board Game Geek Con and tried the coffee, bought 2 bags, and then a week after attending, I learned that $1 from every purchase actually supports nonprofits that are gaming related. And I was like, hey, by the way, I probably should have talked to you. And so from that, they offered, every time a bag is purchased, people can select Tabletop Alliance as a nonprofit for them. And I'm not talking about this for the lens of because we now get this benefit, but because I actually like the coffee and I'm drinking the decaf right now. And I personally signed up to get a bag every month of the light roast.
Decaf, Bruce.
Josh, it's in the afternoon, Josh.
No excuses, Bruce. I just purchased a bag last night, and
You
so
did.
I'm really looking forward to when it arrives. I got a bag of their dark roast, the Great Old One, I believe is what it's
That is
called.
exactly what it's called.
Which I'm very excited for. Should be arriving sometime in the next week. I'm really looking forward to giving it a shot.
Yeah, and how are you gonna do it? Because I know you had an Americano at the start of the stream.
Yeah, I am doing all right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to setting it up though.
Awesome. Yeah, so we're so excited about that partnership moving forward. So they actually sent me my shipping notice. So a couple other things. We have so many fun things to talk about. As a reminder, by the way, did you know that 90% of individuals in the US are going to make a purchase on Amazon for the holidays? And so with that, I encourage you to not just do that. Just go to smile.amazon.com and you can register any nonprofit that you have a kinship to. We're listed on there thanks to our status within GuideStar. And so that way, a portion of the purchase you were already making would actually benefit a nonprofit. So instead of going to just Amazon, go to smile.amazon.com. So that way you can click a nonprofit that you want a portion of Jeff Bezos's money to go to. I'm just going to be transparent there. So yeah, so if you want to support cool things like that, do that. Another fun thing, got two more really exciting things to talk about. Is the first one, I just hit this to go live. I'm going to share my screen real fast. And that is the Tabletop Alliance Grand Prix. So we had been talking about running a downforce tournament at a convention. Obviously, the way conventions have been over the past year, it's been a little difficult for that. So what we're doing is I got in contact with Board Game Arena, and we're running a tournament on January 8th. So we have essentially a month for people to sign up, and you're going to play in 5 real-time tournaments that each game takes no longer than 20 minutes to play total. So it's essentially an hour and a half, 2 hours of playing. And at the end of this thing, someone is going to win this trophy. Because I actually have a trophy that's going to be engraved. This thing is legit. It's really cool. Honestly, got it by going to smile.amazon and just ordered it from there. But the game is Downforce, which is readily available. You can pick it up all over the place. So that's going to be a fun thing for you to engage with and play with people literally from around the world. You sign up for that by going on to the Tabletop Alliance Facebook page. We created an event. There is an entry fee for that because literally I have a trophy for you if you win. So encourage people to do that. It's going to be a fun way. We're going to be doing a stream during the tournament of checking in on the different games in action and doing like fun, like a NASCAR commentary type stuff of talking about the different races. No, there is no elimination. It's going to be a draft system like playing Magic the Gathering on Friday nights. In which you get to just play 5 games with it. And depending on how you score in each of those games determines your status. And whoever has the best status overall at the end wins. All you need to do, go onto Facebook, sign up. Then when you're on there, there's a link to fill out a Google form. That Google form is so I can get your address and your Board Game Arena username so I can make sure that you are registered for the tournament. And the address is so I can send you this if you win. But also, I'm most likely going to be sending something to everyone who participates as a nice little thank you and to celebrate the event. It's just something fun we're doing to kind of speed into 2022 in a fun, different way. Now, that said, there's a much bigger thing that I've been able to do. And well, Josh, just real quick, what are your thoughts on Downforce?
Downforce is, I mean, we've played Downforce in some of our other streams in the past because it is such a fun game to play with a group of folks. Very easy to learn, and especially on Board Game Arena, it is so streamlined and easy to play. It's just a lot of fun. Not a whole lot to it. You play cards and you move cars and you bet on who's going to take home the trophy. And it's an exceptional game for something like this. I'm looking forward to a lot of fun that we can have in this setup. So
It's going to be
really
super
looking
cool.
forward to it.
So I encourage you to share with your game groups and challenge them to a friendly competition. Again, it's not going to last more than 20 minutes a race. So it's less than 2 hours of playtime. And you can schedule it because we've got a month of planning ahead of us, of time to plan for it. Now, the next thing is an even bigger deal that I have been so looking forward to sharing. It's been sitting in front of me, and yes, so that is in talking with one of our guild leaders. I'm going to pull up an overlay real quick. This gentleman right here on the left, he's over in California, and he actually works with a network of homeschools. And he popped an idea into my head, and that was, hey, why don't we do a game design thing? Because it's not just about the playing games and the equipping of games, but why not foster the creativity and the arts and also the mental capabilities, and to be proud of making something. And so that got us thinking. And then when I was at Board Game Arena, not Board Game Arena, Board Game GeekCon, I had got to have some amazing conversations, and I had been emailing before that, but I just didn't expect these individuals to be there. And that is, we are working with the Game Crafter to be running an official student game design contest, that is going to be opening. So you can sign up for it right now, and I'm going to show you in a second how to do that. So if you have a class and you want your students to participate in this, it's going to be so cool. But it's students of any age. If anybody is under the age of 12, they do have to have obviously a parent or guardian, and the games need to be designed for somebody over 12. But if somebody's under the age of 18, either that educator or that parent guardian has to sign them up, just to make sure that is happening. But it's a game design contest for students in the coolest of ways. Now, what this contest is going to be, I got some different equipment from the Game Crafter, and we're going simple here because there's a lot of research on design and creativity that says that if you are able to narrowly define your sandbox, you're able to foster creativity, because then you're not having the analysis paralysis of a ton of choices. And so with that, the contest is going to be designing a game that only involves up to 18 poker cards, standard poker cards, and less than 18 components. So if you use 5 red cubes and 3 yellow cubes, then you only have 10 components left to work with. And so you can use cards front, back. They just can't be destroyed or need to be bent or things like that. But it can be a card used as a domino, a card used double-sided, a card used as a map, a card used as a player board, a card used as part of a map that gets put together. You can literally do all sorts of things. So although it's a narrowly defined space of 18 cards and up to 18 components, that depth of thought and opportunities is immense. Josh, what are you thinking about this?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what some folks come up with. I really love the idea of using game design, not just not just the act of playing games, but really thinking about how do you creatively, and I love the constraints, right? I think it's really cool to take these very simple components and all the world of game mechanics that are at your disposal, right? To come up with something new and unique. And I'm really looking forward to see what the creativity of some of our entrants can come up with. So
yeah, and so a couple cool things about it is that the winner is going to get a copy of their game printed. So the Game Crafter is going to be printing that game. That's what they're helping promote. And then whoever wins is going to get a copy of their game. It's going to actually exist in the world. And there's going to be so many more things with that too. And now here's the deal, Josh, and you might be wondering, like, can you do things? Well, I actually challenged myself to do this, and I designed a game last week, designing a game around Antarctic exploration, specifically the Shackleton adventure, the Endurance expedition, which his men were not lost, but frozen in the ice for nearly a year, and not a single one of them passed away. They were able to do some crazy rescue things, and so I designed a game that actually only involved 4 cards, and it involved 15 components. So I meet both the things. So I'm actually like refining this. But the reason I bring this up is because, Josh, it is not in our way to just give things, right?
Correct.
That's not what we do here. That's not what we do at all. And so, in tandem with this, I've been working on like crazy in the background while finishing my finals for classes in my PhD program, an intro to game design course. So by participating in the contest, whoever participates is going to have access to a free to them intro to game design class. So I created a 10-step process in which to design, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. I've already got more than 2 hours of video content put on there. I've got downloadable content for people to be able to download and activities for them to play. So that's going to be super cool. So you might be wondering, okay, what's it cost to enter the contest? What's it cost for the intro to game? The contest costs $20. But that is because there's some things of getting the game printed and getting extra copies of that game and doing something for the winners, as well as everyone who enters. We're going to be sending them a personal letter and some other supportive information through the mail to encourage them, and specifically most likely sending them actually 18 cards, right? So that way they're going to be able to use them to, once they're refining their design, to actually write on these cards with Sharpie. So that way they have the exact size card as a blank that they're going to be able to use. So that's why I have these, by the way, these blank poker cards, because these are the exact things. These poker cards are pretty great. They're super high quality. They're what's called black core, if you're familiar with that. The game design course as itself is going to be $29.99 if you were to just go and do it. But that's because it's got literally hours of content for anybody to be able to use. And this is for anybody of all ages, just to learn the intros of game design. That said, if you if you sign up for the contest, because this is focused for students, they get free entry into the course. Because I don't want to assume that the educators are there to support, or if you're wanting to do this at home, or if you're wanting extra supplemental support as an educator, that's all there. And so I'm so excited to show you how this works. I'm going to share my screen. So if you go to tabletopalliance.org, here we are. Here's Corey's class, by the way. And then if you go on the top and you go to merch, that's where you can find the mugs, the shirts, all that kinds of stuff, again, through the drop shipping. But we've also got, if you click shop, and on here is where you can see the two products. So you've got the game design contest supported by the Game Crafter for $20 to enter. And that's going to cover all the winnings and everything. Then we've also got the intro to game design course. So again, that's going to live on in perpetuity. That's why they're two separate things. But once you add this to your cart in the checkout phase, it's going to prompt you, hey, don't forget to add this because it's going to be free. If you would like, we also have some game design support elements too, also on the site, which, by the way, we do have games in stock. I'm going to show these real fast. We have games in stock of games that we were able to get for different reasons. And so if you're needing to get things for the holidays, we've got games and can literally send them to you later this week. So I do encourage you to go on over to there. Josh, I know you mentioned you wanted to pick up some of these games.
Yeah, no, I will likely be ordering some things myself. My own little holiday gifts to me.
So what's really nice is everybody who's a supporter at the different levels, each of the different levels actually has discounts on all the products in the store. So if you're getting games or if you're getting merchandise, things like that, either 5, 10, 15, or up to 25% off, depending on what level of donation. So that way you are able to get some extra stuff because you're doing so many great things for the nonprofit. So if we go on here, I'm just going to show this. All you need to do is go game design contest, click onto that, and then add to cart, and then you'll check out. It's got more details about the contest over here, as well as the website for the Game Crafter. But if you want to see all the things, it's on here. That said, if we go back to tabletopalliance.org, we've got a new tab, and that is right here on Learn. and this will take you to our online learning management software. So we use thinkific.com. We have a free account with Thinkific. They've been a great partner in this. So if you want to see a little bit about the course, here's this, a preview. And then here are the different sections. So each of these is a chapter. So you've got the intro, and then you have another 16 chapters of content. Again, this is going to be free for anybody who enters. So I'm just going to give an overview. So like the overview of modern games, because we want to make sure everybody has the inputs there. I'm going to hide the thing on the screen so you can see more of it. Learning about you and game design and how your experiences influence things. And then our 10-step design process, what's called magic circles, some notes about art. And then here are those 10 steps, by the way. That's how the rest of this class is designed. Design, so it's try, convey. So let's just try something. Let's convey a message, convey a rule set, convey an experience. Then we pause, by the way, and we refine it a little bit. And then we test it. We actually play test it with people. So you actually learn how play testing works, different types of play testing. And then guess what? You're going to be humbled by that feedback you're going to get. So we're going to talk about how to take feedback, what to do with it, and which feedback to necessarily listen to. And then you're going to refine your design again. And then this one's a cheater step, but it's repeat steps 5 and 6 a couple more times. So refining, playtesting, refining, playtesting. And then finally making it fancy or fancifying it because you've gotten to a point where you're content with it. And then lastly, pitching your game and then teaching your game. So those two parts, part of the contest is going to actually be making a less than 2 minute pitch video in which you're selling your game because people need to have a reason to play your game. And you're the best and the most knowledgeable about it. So it's going to be, how do you pitch a game in less than 2 minutes? And then because of the world we live in and we're playing games online, how do you teach your game through online medium? So how do you record a how to play video? So that way people have your game as more accessible and your game is going to be able to be played by more people because some people might need that video and audio instead of just reading a rule set. So that's super helpful. And then the last step, by the way, is just celebrating you. And then there's a bonus thing of how you submit to the game crafter, just in case you're taking the class but not involved with the contest. Josh, I just dumped a lot on you of what this looks like. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I gotta give a hand to you, Bruce, and the amount of work that you put into things is it leaves me speechless every time that we get together, and I know what your work life is like. I know what your academic life is like, and the fact that you are able to dedicate as much as you are to this organization and to these types of events and activities is awe-inspiring. And so I have not had a chance to look at the course yet. I do have access to it and am hoping to find some spare time myself to just look at it. And that's tells you a little bit about the difference between you and I, Bruce. You had time to design a game and I can barely have or design a course and I can barely find the time to review it.
Well, to be fair, we both work in higher education in different
It-
types of roles, and your season is also wrapping up in a little bit for just a
Yeah.
little bit. So it makes sense. We all have seasons.
Yeah. But I'm very much looking forward to it. I will be designing a few games myself with this. Not for the competition, obviously, but just gonna be trying my hand at a few of these small game designs as well. And I'm really looking forward to it.
And Josh, I'm looking forward to seeing what you make. And just to be clear, by students, we mean students of all ages. So if you are a student, that's also part of the thing of like, hey, what level of education are you in? So that way we have that context to be able to support you. So just making sure to be clear on that. And then the other thing is too, I didn't talk about when this closes. So you can sign up, you can join the contest right now. You can sign up for it like go do that. And because you'll get access to the course, you'll be able to use the holiday season potentially to start working on your game, or games. You might design multiple, but you're only going to submit one. But with that being said, it's the submissions are going to open in January. So I'm working with the game crafter on that. It's using their system. And then those submissions are going to be due by the last day of March. So you have to get your submission in March. And then that in April, we're going to be having some individuals with rubrics go through and evaluate the game. So you're going to be submitting your files online. We're going to be downloading them, playing them across the country. It's going to be fun. And then we're going to have some different awards that go out for some different things that are going to be announced as we go forward. So make sure to do that because I cannot wait. It's going to be really fun. And that's also part of why I designed the game, Josh, of we need to be practicing what we're preaching. And so I used the method that we was going with, and that's what fostered this. So I went through a couple iterations of playtest, no personal like refinement, and then I play tested it. Of course, I voluntold my wife, and she was very supportive in that. And now I've gotten some feedback, and I'm refining it again, changing some things up and making it a little bit more clear. So it is working, at least for some of us. But again, it is an intro to game design course. And I also point you towards some other resources that you can also utilize. So yeah, so go on and do that. You can go to shop.tabletop alliance to sign up for all of that. It's going to be so cool. You're going to be seeing a lot about it. So make sure to sign up for the Tabletop Alliance Grand Prix that's happening on January 8th. And then the game design contest or the intro to game design course, with both of which you can find on shop.tabletopalliance.org. And of course, as always, we're continuing to send game kits to schools and libraries and community programs. And so if you're an educator that wants me to send you all these board games, go on to our website, tabletopalliance.org, and click get involved and register a guild and fill out that form there, and we can send this your way as supplies last. We only have a couple of guild kits currently on hand, but we're looking to make another order with our distributors at the start of the new year. So make sure to get your guild kit requests in. That's whether you're wanting to do board games or you're wanting to do role-playing games, because we do have D&D starter sets, we have the books, we have the dice, we have all the different things. And so got a lot of really cool things going on in the best of ways. And with that, Josh, I want to give a quick shout out to Jeff, Dustin, and Mike, who have donated. It's very kind of y'all to make those donations and supporting our cause. Every donation goes to helping us do these things and getting this equipment to everybody that's out there. We don't receive any compensation for any of this. We just volunteer to do this because it means it's something that's very meaningful, and it's making a good thing happen for people who are already doing a lot of great work. And we're hopefully alleviating that burden and unleashing them in the new and best of ways. Josh, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to hit briefly here. I don't think we spent much time talking about the supporter drive that we're kind of kicking off with this live stream today. So traditionally, over the past year, we have done a couple of different ways to raise funds for the organization, mostly through live streams such as this, where we ask folks for one-time donations. And that's been very successful. It's allowed us to do a great deal of good with those donations, and they're greatly appreciated. One thing that is challenging, though, or has proven challenging over the last year, is trying to rely solely on one-time donations means that it is very hard for us to budget for a month-to-month basis to say, here are the things that we are going to do regularly. And so what we are asking is, if you have the capacity to do so, to jump in and become a monthly supporter. $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month, whatever you are comfortable with donating on a regular basis. It really does help us out. And right, a $5 a month donation means that we are much more that we can depend on every month. Gives us an idea about what is it going to look like for us to organize a game day, or what is it going to look like for us to organize a online conference for educators who are using games and be able to pay for speakers or presenters. We can plan out the number of boxes and game kits that we're able to deliver much more easily. And so, right, we do encourage folks, and we of course will continue to take and are incredibly grateful for anyone who is able to give a one-time
Hi,
donation, and
my
that's
name.
fantastic. But we also, like I said, looking towards the future, one of the things that we are interested in is developing sources of funding that are more um, reliable on a regular,
Stable.
ongoing basis. Stable. Thank you. That's the
Yeah.
word I was looking for. Stable sources of funding. And one way that we can do that is through monthly support. And thank you to those who have already began their donations. And thank you to everyone who is continuing to support in the old fashioned one-time donation style as well.
Yeah. And so with that, Josh, just gonna hop up here and say like thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And I know Josh, I'm speaking for you and I'm speaking for Fox and others, because if you have donated or shared in the past, you're what made this past year possible. It would not have happened without the financial and giving of time and talents that have happened over this past year. And so I cannot say thank you enough for that. And we want to just take that and further it and make the best use of it we can and keep going and keep moving forward and having that one ease of burden. If you're looking to just make one larger financial donation, that's great. And I love that you're in a place for that. But regardless, it's actually having that mental thing of, oh, we know we're having this come in each month. Actually gives a lot of peace and financial security. So that way we're able to focus on the education, not worried about having to focus on taking this one time and distilling that out over time. And so I'm just going to go through those different levels right now, Josh, if that's okay with you.
I was just getting ready to do that myself.
Okay. So the different levels that we have. Again, you can text "Give Gaming" to 44321. That's "Give Gaming" to 44321 to go to this. If you're on our Instagram at any time, you can click on our profile, and there's a link on there. That link is our link tree, so you can click add a monthly donation, and it'll take you to this page too. But we've got 4 different levels on there. So for $5 a month, you'd be considered what's called a supporter. For that, you're going to be just every month on the same day. You're gonna see a charge for $5 come through. At that level, you are supporting and just cheering us on from the sides in the best of ways. But for that, we're going to recognize you for that contribution. And so we do send you a Tabletop Alliance sticker. We do communicate with you. We can send you mail and different things to keep you up to date. We're going to add you to the mailing list for our online emails that we send out about once a month, depending on what's happening. Sometimes we send more based on all the excitement because we want you to have the most information. By far, the most popular donation level that we've been seeing people go in as is actually the leader level, which is that $10 a month. So that's still less than a Netflix subscription. But what that $10 a month does is like, honestly, that's like 2/3 of a Netflix subscription. It's like it's not even close to the Netflix subscription. What that $10 a month does is you and somebody else personally guarantee that we are sending a game kit out every year. Right. So by you being at the leader level and somebody else being at that leader level, it's guaranteeing a game kit's going to go out that year just because of you, which is absolutely incredible to be able to say. So when we had Corey on a second ago and we're playing games with him and he's talking about that game kit he received and using it every single week with his students, that's what the impact you get to have. Additionally, we also give you $10 off of all the products, merchandise, and games that we have on the website platforms that you saw. And in addition, we're going to send you one Tabletop Alliance item for free each year to thank you for that donation. And so you can rep Tabletop Alliance, may that be a mug or a shirt or other things, something for you to be able to rep Tabletop Alliance in the coolest of ways. Plus, of course, you're going to get everything from the level before. If you're in a position and want to be able to personally guarantee that a kit goes out just because of you every year, that would be that $20 a month. At that level, we are going to be including, so your name is going to be plastered all over a game kit we send, and we're going to say this kit was made possible by insert your name here or your company's name here, because you personally made sure that that game kit went out. And so just because of you, through that level, you're guaranteeing that we are sending a game kit to a school, community program, library every single year as you continue to donate at that level. That said, if you want to be a hero of Tabletop Alliance, that would be at that $50 a month level, where you're guaranteeing that we are sending out at least 2 game kits every year just because of you. In addition, in every single game kit we send out, your name would be in that guild kit saying, this is made possible by this individual. All game kits this year are made possible by this individual. So not only is it that one box, but it's every single box we send out to schools, libraries, and community programs. But again, there is that custom donation amount if you would also like to do that. And you can go on there and you can select that to be monthly, or you can select that, deselect that to be a one-time donation. Everything helps. We just ask that you give at the level you are financially comfortable and able to give. And if you're not in a position to give, the best thing you can do is spread word to educators and community leaders about our nonprofit and encouraging them to start using games if they're not already. But if they are using games and they're not connected with us yet, then we're essentially leaving them dry, right? And so we want to make sure that they're going to have the support and development and resources and cheerleaders, because heck, as a student of, as a son of 2 educators, and I teach in higher education myself, education is very underappreciated at times, and they're working all day every day and they're cultivating the future, right? And so we want to make sure that they're getting every ounce of support and encouragement that they need, to do even better work, and to achieve even better outcomes, because any teacher who's already using games is already going above and beyond, and we want to support them and recognize them for doing so. Josh, what are your thoughts on the levels and hearing about this?
I couldn't have said anything better myself, Bruce. You did an excellent job with that. And yeah, absolutely. Right. Again, we appreciate every penny we get from every source, whether that is a monthly donation or a one-time donation. It goes a long way, and the support means a lot to us, and it allows us to continue to do really good work. But again, I think, as Bruce said, even if you're unable to donate, the thing that you can do to help us most is talk about us.
Yep.
Share with your friends and families, educators in your communities, the existence of Tabletop Alliance and what we are trying to do and what our mission is, to get gaming into education, to make learning fun through the integration of games. Because I think Bruce and I will speak for both Bruce and I, and Fox as well, that we truly believe that gaming, tabletop gaming, can have a significant positive impact on young people's development,
Yeah.
through social skills, through critical thinking, through analytical thinking. All of these things that are so important for young people to develop, are things that are easily taught at the game table. And so the more we can put these resources in front of educators and have conversations with them and give them the resources to be successful, the more good we can do.
Yeah. And Josh, I'm just thankful we get to do this. Um, it's been an incredible ride this past year, and I can't wait to see what 2022 has in store. There's so many cool things. I'm gonna switch up the screen real fast because I think it's important to give a recap of all the different things we just shared. So first of all, if you are purchasing anything on Amazon this year, make sure to do that with Amazon Smile. So that way a portion of Jeff Bezos's money goes to nonprofits. I just like saying it like that. If you like coffee and you're a coffee drinker, we encourage you to pick up coffee from Many Worlds Tavern, because $1 of every bag that's purchased goes to nonprofits and that are gaming related. And we are one of the 4 nonprofits that are there. There's 3 other really great nonprofits there as well, just to give a shout out to them. They're doing some great work in different types of communities. And so if you're seeing this and see that, I encourage you to just do things that give back to things in the best of ways. But in terms of things going on for Tabletop Alliance, we've also got the Tabletop Alliance Grand Prix that's coming up in a month. So you can go on and you can register for that. Go on to the Tabletop Alliance Facebook to sign up for the Tabletop Alliance Grand Prix. By doing that, you are going to be entered, and all you need to do is then go on to the Facebook. Once you click into the event and register for the event, there's a form to fill out. So that way, I'm going to be able to collect your name and address as well as your Board Game Arena account. So you can be added to the game, but also in case you win, I can send you this really awesome trophy that like this thing's awesome. And honestly, I'm like, I have to part with it. It's cool. I like it a lot. But in terms of the coolest things, honestly, that are going on, those things are cool. But I cannot wait to see what kids around the U.S. create through our game design contest that we're doing in partnership with the Game Crafter, who helps make indie board games possible. And so the winner of this is actually going to get a copy of their game sent to them by the Game Crafter, which is so cool. And it's going to be judged by some people from around the country. Entries for that will open in January, but you can sign in now. And I'm going to show how to do that again. So if you go on over to shop.tabletopalliance.org, on here, the second thing right here is that game design contest. And that said, in partnership with that, we've created an online course, an intro to game design course that you get completely free if you are an entrant of the contest. So anybody who's entering the contest, make sure to also add the intro to game design course to your cart and check out with that, because it is 100% free, because we want you to have the extra education and support materials, which at this point, before I go into the bigger part of it, it has more than like 2 hours of video content plus a whole bunch of other stuff that's being added literally every week, because it'll fully launch, of course, in January in tandem with the contest opening up. So yeah, so a lot of cool things going on, a lot to be excited about. Besides, of course, if you are an educator or community leader who wants to use games, make sure to reach out to us so that way you can get some games. Josh, it is 4:46. I think it's been a really good day.
I think so too.
Yeah. So what words do you have in closing us out?
Thank you to anyone who jumped on and joined in on this. A huge sorry, I lost my stuff here. A huge thank you to anyone who is able to support Tabletop Alliance. A huge thank you to Corey for joining us today. It was great. That was my first time actually getting to meet Corey, even virtually. So that was fantastic and an excellent opportunity for us to connect with him and learn a little bit more about what he has going on with his game group, and hear how our support has been impacting him. I'm really hopeful that we can continue conversations with Corey and all of our other guild leaders into the future about what we can do to continue to support and develop and grow there as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that again, I can't say thank you enough to everyone, and encourage folks to, go out there, play some games, have some fun, enjoy things, and share, the joy of gaming with the folks in your life.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it, Josh. And that is, it's been an absolute pleasure to get to play with Corey and to hang out with Josh, and do this all for a great cause. But we're going into this season of giving, and so if you are so inclined and in a place to do so, we encourage you to sign up for that monthly support by texting Give Gaming to 44321. That's Give Gaming to 44321 to make sure to get that support in. So that way we have that sustainable funding to be able to make sure that we're building upon the incredible first year we've already had. And so thank you for that. But also, as you're going into this holiday season, make sure to carve out time to play games with others and remember that this is a great thing that we get to do and play and all of these things. And so I hope that you have an amazing holiday season. I look forward to seeing you on the racetrack and seeing what games you designed along the way. And so, with that, I'm going to close out this stream. But this is definitely not the last time you're hearing from us this year. So, stay on the lookout for even more exciting things from Tabletop Alliance. And